Hey, welcome back to Métropole Grid. My name is Andre. Thanks so much for tuning in. It is the 2nd of May, 2024, beginning of spring. Citation needed. How's everyone doing? It's a Thursday night. Oh, I ate a lot of pasta. I'm a real sleepy guy. Yeah. Oh, the energy we need at the top of the stream. Why is my forehead so shiny? Why you like that? Do I need to diffuse my lights more? You can like see the reflection of this computer monitor off my forehead. Ugh, it's fine. Giles, how's it going? Hey friends, how's everyone doing? Brennan, A, Conrad, A times 2. Just a stream of Andre feeling bad for making his opponents lose 2 credits. You know what we're gonna do today, and it's gonna be okay. Our opponents are gonna sometimes maybe lose 2 credits, and in the meantime, we're going to struggle real bad to get it to happen. But I'm excited to try out Amelia Earhart. We haven't seen her really fire. I think no Sokka was playing it one of the last AMTs. I don't think it went well for him though. But seems like an uphill fight for sure. Winifred stream, you know it. That's actually what the stream is going to be. We're playing some Winifred Habamuk. I haven't played Winifred in a really long time. D, how's it going? Winifred is, I think, one of the most fun investigators in Arkham Horror. I think the deck that I played was like co-created with me and Whiteblade. And it was just like mostly skill cards, no allies. You know how it is. Play some cigarettes and just kind of do everything absurdly good. When you play a good Winifred deck, it feels busted. It feels so busted. Just draw a free card every turn. Oh man, it's so good. It's like fun too. It's like fun and good. Winifred, can't recommend it enough. I'm not sure. I feel like a lot of the cards in Winifred's set, I don't play a lot. Like all the guns and the sharpshooting stuff. But everything else is really great. Gyro, what up? Are we doing Amelia? You know it. Channeling System Shock 2 hybrids. I'm tagging you with a pipe while screaming, I'm sorry. You know, card game former. David, how's it going? I'm here for the good times to roll. Welcome. Hey, Daijin, how's it going? It's been a bit. The music and image fit really well. Spark says, Chad, I found the counter to hammer. Daijin asks, what's the counter to hammer? And the response is, install 2 copies of Persephone and run into it 4 times a turn. Undefeated against hammer on JNet. Oh, man. Persephone decks, did they get better in the last set? I don't think so. For what it's worth, like, I do think letting subroutines fire, and by that I mean tributary, not that it's a sentry, but letting subroutines fire is a bit easier. I think raindrops got a bit better for that reason, right? Like, if you're going to run into a tributary, you might as well raindrops it half the time, so that's kind of nice. So this card got better. Same with hammer, right? But can you let hammer fire? You can't. We're starting our alphabet series. I finished most of the edit of the first games just today. So it should be coming up hopefully Saturday. I'll try and schedule on Saturday because I'm out of the province this weekend. So we're trying to get it up on Saturday. But we're playing 419 Amakua, mining accident, just like old school econ denial 419. And it, honestly, besides the fact that the deck specifically doesn't have a functional economy, feels okay. Generally feels okay. I don't think your opponent likes it that much. But the big problem with that deck is that it's no good way to deal with hammer. Like, period, no good way to deal with hammer. The thing is, people have not got hammer pilled yet. Like, hammer is not showing up in every deck the way it definitely should. And it just auto wins that matchup. I feel like hammer is kind of on the absurd side of a tech card, right? Like, not only is it a good card and it's reasonably statted, it just kind of wins that matchup so hard from orbit. Hey, Eric, how's it going? Andre's definitely too polite for Amelia. I predict conflict. Nah, it'll be fine. It's going to be a struggle to make it fire, so I won't feel bad about it. Right? Like, if it was easy, I'd be like, sorry about that. Account siphon spam. This is going to be like, we have to do everything to make this work. Nothing like a pasta carb coma. It's hitting me hard. Ethan Campbell, how's it going? Happy Thursday. Welcome to stream. Undefeated on JNet. When is the channel going to cover a real game like Star Wars Unlimited SMH? There's Whiteblade. Are you playing it? Are you playing some Star Wars Unlimited? It doesn't look that interesting. Maybe you like it. Also, an NPC Boston 10's confirmed. Definitely not confirmed yet. I need to ask you off stream. I'm meeting with the store to get a date locked in for NPC Montreal next week. Is there a time that I'm not allowed to have it? Like, do we have to be the last of the season? Is San Francisco announced yet? Like, do I have to play around that or something? Like, 2 NPC events, admittedly pretty far away at the same date might be a problem. But if you can't respond to this, Eric, I'll ping you after. Hey, David, can we get a shout out to the Honolulu Netrunners? I've gotten the other members of the local play group to start watching your videos of top tier Netrunner content. Thank you, David. How's it going, Honolulu Netrunner players? How's the scene out there? Welcome. Maybe you're new to the game. Maybe David got you in. Hopefully it's been going okay, huh? That's really Neto. How's it going? Persephone Banhar works out also. Yeah, I've seen some Persephone Banhar decks or like Persephone Banner decks too, I think. I think you can do that where like you Pelongi it into Banner and then let Banner like fire the subroutines. Wait, does that work? I think I'm doing something wrong there. Banhar is really good with Persephone, and there's still not easy way to make it work on non-barriers since Egret is not good. Or on non-sentries, yeah, Egret's like pretty clumsy. And Palangi doesn't work, right? I'm pretty sure one of those doesn't work. Apart from having no money, it's fine. Honestly, though, apart from having no money, it is okay, right? The fact that you have really bad econ and card draw, like when you're playing the game, it's fun. Hey, Brewdorf, how's it going? Long time watcher, first time chatter, really enjoying your content. Cheers from Ottawa. Yo, how's it going? I feel like it's been such a long time since we've come down to Ottawa for an event. There must be some stuff coming up soon. Hey, welcome to the channel. Thanks for joining in chat. Hit me up in the DMs for an NPC stuff. Go, I'll hit you up. I like Star Wars Unlimited. It's pretty fun. I did not expect that. I don't know if you're still playing Flesh and Blood or not. My hammer tech is Noom plus Adjust Matrix plus Poison Vial. I have a deck I need to post. That is not your tech. That is, you've entirely built a deck to deal with something. I don't think Noom is terrible. I think you might honestly see more Noom in some of the decks that are like struggling. You know, some of the Audrey based decks, like you could play Noom. I think you're probably just more likely to see more Revolver. Revolver breaks it for 2 credits. Like Revolver breaking for hammer for 2 credits. Immediately it's like most of the bullets in most cases, but still 2 credits is not bad. And then you obviously have the simul chips for days. So I think Revolver got better for sure in that matchup. And I wonder if that's what I should be playing in 419 just to deal with the sentries. But I'm playing Echelon because it's fun. Persephone plus Banner plus Spreegret. Spree is another card that I honestly maybe will end up playing today, but it's another card that needs enough attention to be like, how do you make this do a thing for you? Because it seems good. I think we played against a Spree deck on Tuesday and it was like pretty gross. I think it was Gyro's deck, right? Hey, Benjamin Yonko, first time, long time watcher, first time commenter, recently bought all of NSG sets and was wondering what ID archetypes would be good for a new player. I'm sure you've answered this before, so sorry about that. Firstly, hey, how's it going? First time commenter, long time watcher. I was going to say welcome to the channel. That makes literally no sense. Bought all of NSG set and was wondering what ID or archetypes would be good for newer players. No, if you think there's a question that's been asked before, that's not a reason not to ask it again. So we have answers for you. My answers are usually 2. I have some really, I wouldn't say, maybe not the most exciting decks, but I think they're really exciting. But for fundamental, there's 2 decks for fundamentals I like newer players and I highly recommend. The first one, I don't like the name of it. It's Ranji Dog's deck. So we're just going to search deck name Ranji Dog. And it's this deck. It has Whiteblade's name on it. Whiteblade's in chat. Say hi. Big Star Wars Unlimited fans in chat. This deck is sick. I have done some replay reviews on the channel. I think 1 replay review of this deck. So you can see a bit of, it's called Fundamentals, or I think it's called Where Are the Agendas. You can find that video if I don't link in the description. And I would recommend this deck very heavily. It is almost entirely NSG cards, if I'm not mistaken. I think it is. Like, let's search by sets. Let's do actions set by set. Okay, it's all NSG cards, so it's super easy to build, which is great. As much as there's FFG cards, but like NSG reprints. By type. The only thing I would recommend when you're playing this as a new player is I would drop maybe 1 Wake Implant and I would play a 2nd Mutual Favor. The basic idea behind this deck, let me post in chat, is that you want to be as aggressive as possible because you get paid for running. And that's really important. So you want to force the corporation to res ice because when you get in, you get accesses, and that is more important than anything else. Now, generally, the more you play, you can be a bit more aggressive with the tools you have. But as a newer player, I think having a 2nd Mutual Favor gives you a 2nd option to go get the breaker you need, which for a lot of new players, that is a comfort zone you want to be in. Now, I'm not saying that because I think you need to get your breakers installed before you start running. That's the point of this deck, is just start running almost without any regard, and it should work out well for you. Everything this deck does is pretty no nonsense. It's not a ridiculous combo deck. You don't need to know any sort of like lines. You just need to be as aggressive as you can, and it's a lot of fun. So I wish I could get paid for running. Paul Third, how's it going? I can't recommend this one enough. Generally, when I go to fundamentals on the other side, this deck is, I think, less maybe fun to play, but we're just gonna pull up any precision design deck. Literally any precision design deck. If it says Rotom Appliance on it, you're doing pretty well. And these sort of decks, XTGs is, I forget, it's pretty good too, I think. But like 1 UK Nationals, it's a good fundamentals deck. This is also really great. I think it's almost all FFG cards. Let's search by set. It is all FFG cards besides these, which you can proxy. So it's hard to play standard without Rashida. So that's kind of a tricky thing for the runner. You can get away with playing only NSG cards, but Rashida is just very, very strong. And there's no equivalent really of it in the standard format. And Aqua Project is just a good old 5-3 agenda. You could play something else in this slot if you really wanted to. It wouldn't change the deck. And you could put whatever code gate you want in here. It would change the deck, but not in a way that's super appreciable. Let me link this in the chat. And this is another deck that focuses on fundamentals. You just want to score agendas, push yourself forward, board. I wanted to do this and score in a remote server that has some of the best defensive upgrades. So Anoetic Void, Managram Skunkworks really work well together. You have some of the best agendas that push you forward, gain 7 credits, get a card from the top of your deck, res it for free, and then you have things like Seamless Launch that make you play it. It's just very fundamentals focused. You really have to make sure you're putting your ice in the right spot, especially considering where your ice goes. Things like Brawn is really good on a remote server. Maybe the second Brawn goes on R&D when you're playing against someone who has a lot of R&D pressure. Stuff like that I would recommend. But these are 2 of my favorite decks I think they like shoehorn you into playing better Netrunner because there's almost... It's just kind of the natural way to do it. You look at your hand and be like, what does this hand want to do? Well, I got an agenda and a Seamless Launch. I guess I'm going to pursue that, which is kind of a good game plan. Let me catch up on chat. Hopefully that answers your question. If you have more questions, please hit me up. What a lot of effort to go for so little return. Persephone plus Banner plus Spreegret. I have no idea what's going on in Meat Space. I mainly just play on JNet with a friend overseas as an excuse to keep in touch. Oh, sick. Our meta, so to speak, is just jank for fun. That's a really good way to do the game. That's like the big things on this channel. We're focusing like, you know, almost 95% on standard, but there's the majority of people who don't play Netrunner in standard. I think there's more people who play Netrunner in like whatever meta they have accessible to them, whatever meta they invent. And that's sick. Netrunner's fantastic. But we do focus on standard. You don't feel pressure to play standard. It's just if you want to play standard, there's a lot of decks out there. That's what a lot of the organized play is. So it's easy to go out to a place and be like, oh, we're playing standard, or startup in theory as well. Startup is probably less popular, I think, but I have no data to back that up. Considering adding Rhyme to more decks because of the crew, I haven't run into enough crew problems that I think I really want it. I don't think Rhyme actually does much to the crew, right? Like it having 1 more strength, what does it matter? It only really matters if the 6 strength stuff becomes 7 strength stuff. So like your Brawn becomes like, this only matters for Devil Charm. But if that's the case, they just take a tag. So like, I think Rhyme has a spot, but I think Rhyme has more of a spot into Banhar. I'm not actually sure it does anything into the crew, unless I'm missing something. My deck had 1x, but yeah, it's absolutely gross here. I have to try this deck out if it's curing. Yeah, Scrub, I don't like that name. For what it's worth, you can probably take this list, add 1 Amelia and Meeting of Minds, and it works as an Amelia deck. If you posted a list, Spark, it got eaten by the void, and you will not know. Hey, Joe, you said something about the animation about the shirt changing, and I tried to like figure out what you meant, and I couldn't do it. My usual recommend for runner decks starting out is go to 2x breakers to get comfortable with running both, with and without breakers. Yeah, that might be a fine way to do it, is just run 2x breakers while you're newer to the game, and then realize you don't need 2x breakers, and like you slough that, like those weights you're carrying around, and suddenly you're more powerful. I think 2 mutual favor is okay, because we still in that deck have like Boomerang and Inside Job, so I think you do get a bit further, but I think as a newer player, 2 mutual favor at a minimum. If you want to play slightly more cards and play 2 of each breaker in that criminal deck, like that's fine, I could see it, but that's not a bad recommendation. Has anyone tried Amelia Padma to charge it more quickly? I guess you'd be missing out on more Crim Econ now. I think we have 3 Padma decks we can consider today, but I think that's exactly what Sako is doing. So we do Padma and we do, what's it called? Amelia Earhart. How do we know it's Red Earhart? It seems like it says Earhart. Thank you for the thorough answer, and my pleasure. If you have any questions, don't hesitate. Yeah, Sako did it. There's some replays up. He did the whole VOD thing. I know he didn't have the best time. I only watched a couple rounds of it. In 1 round, he got caught out pretty bad by some program destruction against, I think, Alex, against Arazan. I didn't see more yet. I didn't have the time to catch it that weekend. But the idea for this deck is to get Amelia down. And then the problem with charge is just a clumsy mechanic, because the charge mechanic inherently says you can only put a power counter on something that already has one. So you can't just like install Amelia Earhart and then play like Dag or just like bounce R&D. You have to first access 3 cards. And the way I see it, we'll get back to this because we still have to do the deck list of the week. The thing to me is very difficult is how do you access 3 cards for the first time? I think the best way for the corporation, for you to capitalize on the corporation having 10 fewer credits, is when they have no credits. And then when they have no credits, the way that I see it is like, oh, we can win with Conduit. The problem I've at least hypothesized with Padma is the more you run R&D, because you're charging this thing, the more that they have ice on R&D, and then the more that they res ice on R&D. And then once all the ice is resed, sure, they don't have 10 credits, but then also how do they win the game? Or how do you win the game? And then the answer is the game just slows down and you hope HQ pressure and remote camping works, but while they like struggle to click for credits. So I think maybe that's a possibility. Maybe if you're doing that, like you have to play Beatriz to be like, okay, you resed all the ice on R&D, but I'm going R&D as much as that turns Padma off. Maybe that's actually fine, where you force them to ice up R&D. It's kind of like Sneak Door Beta against criminal decks, right? Like aggro criminal decks. They spend all the time and money resing R&D, then suddenly they lose 2 credits and you say Beatriz, haha, gotcha. I think that's probably a hard like a long route to walk. But I think that's the issue here. Is like, sure, they don't have 10 credits, but then R&D is probably already a nightmare. And again, charge is just kind of clumsy because we have to land like, what do we have to do here? We have to do like a jailbreak, or we have to get like a Pretty Mary down and then hit R&D with 1 of legwork. So I think if I was going to do it, I think Padma makes sense, but I think we'd have to try it slightly differently. I think we can try Flux Capacitor, and I think we can also just play this in Criminal, and they're all probably okay. Hey, Pearl, yeah, Sokka played Amelia Padma at the last AMT. That's the one. How's it going, by the way? My idea would be adding in more charge cards like Orca and Flux so the Amelias would end up as extra bonuses. It's still hard because that's like the problem with Amelias. Because charge works the way that it works, you have to fundamentally support it. And then you have to put a lot of slots in your deck with things like, you know, legwork. And so that's one of the nice things is criminals can just like Mercury. Like Mercury can just like, you know, get somehow bypass R&D jailbreak, and then Mercury's off to the races. And it's just trickier. It's like a lot of slots for a lot of other decks. I think Getchmon in this is really cool. Spiff, how's it going? Sokka does this, works fine, plays trick shots, jailbreaks, and pretty to go the first counter. Yeah, the first counter is the hard one. From there, like you can cheese it a bit easier. There are no charge cards worth playing around. Charge for other than Nuka, Earthrise, and Amelia, IMO. You can charge Lobby Somu. I think charging Lobby Somu is not useless. Charging Nuka's good. Charging Poison Vial is its own thing. I think that's a reasonable deck. Charging Cataloger is actually pretty good. There's a bunch. Like charging Melangium is its own deck. It's just hard to marry those ideas with this deck because this deck requires a fair bit of influence and a fair bit of slots. So that's its own problem. But I do think there are reasonable charge targets. The other problem that people run into with charge decks, which I like this one a bit, is like it's very easy for people to be like, okay, and I don't think Sokka's doing this. This is not exactly looks like this, but to be like, okay, I'm going to play environmental testing. I'm going to play Earthrise Hotel. I'm going to play Nuka. I'm going to play Propeller. And then it's like, I have so many charge targets. The thing is like, you always charge just whatever's on the table that's the best. So you only have to run one good charge target. It's nice that you have some flexibility, but at the end of the day, like having 8 different charge cards in your deck doesn't make Padma better. You just charge one thing, right? Like you have a choice and you never charge a Propeller. So there's that. We do play standard, just not in any competitive way. Oh, cool. Our meta in Oahu is kind of brand new, so we're doing startup right now. 1 data point for you. Oh, sick. Okay, cool. Very cool. Startup right now is I've heard in a strange spot. That's not a reason not to do it, but I think from what I've seen, the more that you play startup, the more you want to get a bigger card pool, which like, hell yeah. It's a nice way to learn the game, get some fundamentals down in a smaller card pool, and then you'd be like, I want to do something else, but not die to punitive or have criminal economy or some of the other issues. Mind you, if you come to standard, you still don't have criminal economy, but it looks like there's a bigger card pool. It's a reference in the Zaya deck. Oh, okay. So you said you could probably take this list, add an Amelia and Meeting of Minds, and it works as an Amelia deck. Oh, I see what you mean. Okay. I think Cataloger can be nice to charge up to. Yeah, Cataloger's good. I like Cataloger a lot. I'm surprised how little Cataloger we've seen in standard. I think that card is messed up. We're not seeing a lot of it. Cataloger's okay. It hasn't felt like you need to run charge for it though. If it doesn't end, it's good. But the shirt, there's a moment when Charlotte's hand moves up where it's all black under her hand. Her hand technically goes past her neckline of her shirt. So I had to paint her shirt. Right? Like this is the thing, is that her hand is painted like this. Okay? And then the idea is once you move the hand, what goes behind that? Nothing. There's no image behind it. So I have to remove the hand, and then I have to paint on the whole front of the shirt. Now, there's a chance what you're seeing is the fact that I'm not an artist. I'm not very good at painting. I am a computer scientist by trade, but I've tried my hardest. So you're probably seeing like the texture not looking fantastic, or there just being an ugly line somewhere. But there's a lot of like those things take so long because the Photoshop files are not designed with layers that have like transparency behind them. So when the arm moves, what's behind it? The content Andre creates. So if you think the art looks a bit silly in some points, that's not the artist, that's me. So yeah. I think the hardest part of Amelia is getting the first counter. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Twinning might be a good way. The thing is like with twinning, this is what a lot of people think about Amelia. We still got to do the decklist of the week. We'll get there. Is that if you're already seeing 9 cards with the twinning, do you need Amelia? And the answer to that seems to be no. But that being said, I could see this playing in twinning and then putting a couple Amelias in criminal. But the problem is by the time all that lines up and you get the Amelia down and then you hit the twinnings and then you see more cards, like the game's probably over. You generally don't see that many cards of twinning before the game is over, either because the corp won or because you won. Like that's just kind of hard. So I feel like if you want Amelia to be relevant, you really need to like turbo Amelia. which is probably possible, especially with the fact that like shapers feel like they can force many combination of programs on the table with relatively low effort, considering the 6 simul-chip meta we're in right now. And cubulation is a good way to get the first counter. I do not like cubulation, but yeah, you're not wrong. Gachapon doesn't seem nearly worth it. Influence? Yeah, maybe. Hey, how's it going? Hey, friendos. Hey, stream. Hey, querying the message. I don't know who's in charge of your account, but oh my god, I forgot to shout this out. This is the funniest thing ever on querying the message. QTM uploaded, who's doing the narration here? I think AMS? QTM uploaded 2 videos that are 14 hours long of ASMR reading of the comprehensive rules. So it's like, you know, like this, like ASMR, but it's 14 hours of the like the first sentence of the comprehensive rules document is, please do not read this document. It's a reference document. We do not expect you to read it. And then it's ASMR'd for 14 hours. It is the funniest thing to exist on the internet. My only thing that bums me out is it's labeled AMSR. Wait, I don't know if that's on purpose, but if this was actually labeled like Netrunner rules and this showed up when people looked up the Netrunner rule set on YouTube and found this, I would lose it if this is what he came up to. But this is so funny. This is only part 1 of 2 because I don't know if YouTube allows you to upload a 14-hour video, but it's 14 hours of ASMR. I have no idea how long this took to like record and edit because I don't think it's done in a one shot. And so like, it's just the funniest thing, and it actually has like animations and it's super relaxing. But like this whole section is card types. Oh well, now that's the opposite of relaxing. I'm gonna not watch that, but QTM is maybe gonna get some ad revenue. Let's just hide that real quick. It's so funny. It's just the funniest thing. I was howling listening to this thing. I think the comment, yeah, we're sleeping well tonight. We're sleeping good tonight. Oh, it's behind my face. Very, very funny. Anyways, QTM 10 out of 10, the funniest thing. It's going good here. I got to play against a Sokka Padma deck, and it caught me off guard for sure. Oh, cool. Did you get what's it called? Did Amelia land? This thing still gets me. I stream, hey, Izzy, how's it going? That's my point. You don't play bad charge targets because you just charge Nuka forever. Yeah, maybe. Best target is environmental testing. Don't at me. Environmental testing's not bad. Hey, Cold Lava, the Padma I played was just Nuka, Lob, and Cataloger, all good charge targets, and which to choose was very situational. Cool, I haven't seen that yet. Also, oh my god, Cold Lava, the game that you had on the event on Saturday where you lost in 3 turns, I felt so bad. It was so bad. And like not in your control. Like you didn't play bad. It was just over on turn 3. It was like, oops, all agendas, oops, burner, oops, run R&D, steal 5 points on turn 2. It was just the worst. Yeah, it was against Gyro, right? Oh my god, I felt so bad. Yeah. What are your hours? When do you sleep? When does Jai sleep? Nobody knows. Got up like an hour ago. Okay, well that's that. Any chance you could do a rate my deck series outside the deck list of the week? Yeah, probably not like a series, because like video editing takes a lot of time and I have a lot of stuff already on the backlog. I think that's more of the thing that I'd rather do on stream, where you can throw me a deck list and I can give you feedback on it. It actually happens time to time. People will be like, hey, I'm a newer player. This is my deck. What do you think? And we can spend 10 minutes talking about it. I think getting a video series up, I have a lot of stuff I need to be doing. Like I haven't touched an NPC footage. I'm working on the alphabet series. It's a lot. I'm like, I was editing and recording for the last, like, today was really, really busy. Yesterday was really, really busy. It's just kind of a thing. Just been casually on stream. Yeah, casually on stream is super easy. That'd be my pleasure. Okay. What's wrong with cubulation? You save a couple credits on acid trash cost and same slot as legwork. What's the option to use it operational tech instead? Hear me out. AMSR? AMSR makes sense if it was, oh, it's AMS reading. That's why it is AMS. Okay, that's really funny. That is very funny. Okay, that's its own joke. What's wrong with cubulation? Card slots. This is my thought. Card slots. You need to install this in a criminal deck. So your criminal deck has to look a bit different than good stuff criminal, which doesn't exist right now. And maybe this makes sense because you need something more punchy. So when you install this and you run the remote server, it saves you a couple credits on an asset. How much does it save you on an asset? Because you installed this for 1, then you paid 1 more credit to steal the thing. So you spend 2 to steal an asset. You spend 2. So what's the trash cost of the card where you spent a click and 2 credits? Right? Like, if you're worried about assets, is it not just strictly better to have like bankroll or any other comedy piece? Yes, I think so. That's my biggest problem. It's saying 2 to deal with 1 asset sucks. That's not particularly impressive. That being said, you get to do this thing, which is pay more money while running a central server. Oh, sorry, HQ, specifically HQ to get a legwork. Now, against this sort of acid matchups, do you want a legwork? Yes, sometimes you do. It's just like, this is all very, very situational. And I feel like if I'm in an acid matchup, this is not the first card I go to. More sooner than that, I would go for bankroll. And then it's actually kind of nice to have multi-axis that's not attached to the twinning, because like there's so many reasons relying on resources right now just seems absolutely cursed. But like just not doing it for me. And if it's doing it for me, it's doing it for me in the sort of decks that are just like, oh, I'm just going to inside job. Because that's one of the big things with this. It's not legwork because it works with like inside job or Fizerum or the sort of like Mercury decks that are doing well right now, which to me, I do not like. Just like, oh, I'm aggro, coin flip, go centrals. Yeah, not my thing. It has animations. I actually listened to it in full so I sleep and never notice it. Hey, Dario. Yeah, there's like nice background stuff. It's good. Got Amelia up twice. I couldn't get ahead of it. Oh, bummer. It was like 99.9% bad luck. Lamau, the loss was hilarious. The ice on HQ is tough. Yeah, you didn't res the ice, and we're like, that has to be like one ice. There's no ice that you don't res there. It's so unfortunate. Cupulation lets you trash stuff against R8 plus NEH without triggering Ares Oppo. Kind of nice to hit that Amani and scoop it. Yeah, I guess. But like, you're still going to lose that matchup. Right? Like, this is a deck slot. I feel like if you're behind our Ares or NEH, right, and that's the matchup, like, there's so many other deck slots I would rather play, right? Would I rather play Bankroll in that matchup? 100%, yeah. Would I want to play No One Home? Yeah. The situation in which you steal an Amani and you paid 2 credits for that so you cannot get oppoed, yeah, that's real, but, like, it just doesn't make a lot of sense. It's flexible into other matchups, it's for sure. I don't see it. It feels like it does way too little for a slot that's already like, does it give you more value in that matchup than Chesva? Yeah, maybe, because you're not running centrals. It's just like the opportunity cost for the sort of like utility programs in a very MU starved faction feels like a very fierce competition, right? Like, would I rather play Leech in a lot of matchups? Yeah, that seems like a good way to use one MU. I don't know. I just happy that Bernard didn't say 3 agendas. QTM was recorded in one sitting. There's no way. Cupulation is way more cool than good. Yeah, it's way more cool than good. I believe that. It's cool. It's a really cool design. It's just like, it seems like the only faction that can use it very consistently is Shaper, and even then, I don't think I like it more than Imp. I suppose thinking about Cupulation as like a criminal program that criminals install might be incorrect. It's actually just a Shaper card. Yeah, that could be a way to see it. Cupulation works against operations just like Imp. Yeah, sure. But like, just play Imp. Not in criminal. But like, I just don't feel like my criminal deck needs a situational expensive way to trash one operation. Right? Like, I know Embezzle is not consistent, and I'm like that. It's way more consistent than Embezzle, but like, yeah, I don't know. It's not for me. I do hear there's like, oh, you run Cupulation, you hit the one Audacity. Did you win the game? No, but that was definitely good for you. I just feel like it's hard to look at that and be like, wow, that was sick. But then you look at, if I had a Chesva, would I have gotten an extra like 14 free credits that game? And would that have been more important? Yeah, maybe. It's just, I think Cupulation feels better. I don't know. You're using this instead of legwork, which also costs credits to play. That's what the savings come. Yeah, but I don't think I've seen legwork in a criminal deck in a long time. I don't know. It's cool that it's not a run event. So it works with a lot of other stuff, right? Like, that's a really big deal. It works with like, in theory, it works with like Sneak Door Beta. It works with Alarm Clock. It's just, against the acid meta, it's not the first tool I'm reaching for. I don't think Mercury decks are coin flip, but I do think they require some real changes in core playstyle. Jeff, how's it going? I got the term coin flip for Axu, and like, I don't know. It does change how corps have to play. It's not my favorite playstyle where it's just like hammer centrals early and hope that I'm holding a lot of agendas. And then it feels to me like the mid to late game, they just kind of, run out of gas. I don't like that. Where like, it's the sort of deck that capitalizes on a bad mulligan more than any other deck. And it feels like it makes the early game much more volatile. And then that is like, if there's no mid to late game, obviously the early game is the only game, but it's something that I just don't like. And I do think those sort of decks also are paired inherently with a lot of cards that invalidate the text on ice. And so there's a lot of pain points that I think resonate really poorly with me. And so then it's just like, oh, what was I meant to do when you inside jobbed R&D with Pretty Mary on turn 1 and saw 3 cards and stole 4 points? Like, I have no counterplay to that. And a lot of decks are now starting to do that more, because I do think like the sort of hit and run centrals pressure cards in this set are a lot stronger than they used to be. I keep trying to make Control Mercury. It's not great, I know. What I'm hearing is we need APOC. I wouldn't say that. Some criminal entirely cool, but not good. Yeah, I don't know. For what it's worth, I do think criminal decks can do really well right now. Specifically the 419 deck that we're doing a deck tech on has some problems. It should be up hopefully this weekend, but it's the sort of deck that abstractly, and as much as I did one test run with Ba on yesterday and it went terribly for me, the sort of like NEH decks that like Davs was playing at this weekend, I think can be pulled apart by some criminal decks. They're just not there. They're just not around. But like there are criminal decks I think that can eat this potentially. Because it's not really good at icing centrals. Miss Bones is okay. Bankroll is good. Amakua is really good. Obviously, self-growth program is a problem. And Criminal has the only, like, we still don't have ways to deal with tags well. Right? I feel like I get so annoyed anytime I get oppoed because there's just no good way to deal with tags in the standard format. There's just, I assumed we'd get something with Sebastian, but we just don't have anything besides, like, still play no free lunch. I don't know. Mercury, but especially the prevalence of Hermes as a bunch of decks in public lobbies feels really restrictive versus Glacier assets. Maybe I wasn't playing around in an ideal way, but it's rough. I could see it being roughed. For what it's worth, I think Glacier has other problems sooner than that, but yeah. Shout out for Dave's loves me good 4900 plus. Removing traces going real well. Oh, I see what you mean, Kyle. It took me a while to read that properly. Yeah, not great. Best runner meta, Criminal can do all well. Shaper does well. Anarch as usual does well. Maybe one Noah is left behind. Are you saying right now is the best runner meta, Darshan? Yeah, I don't agree with that. Valentina is fine. Valentina is not fine. I don't think so. It's fair not to like it. I kind of want to give it a bit more time because it's very different. I think it's a very nice change of pace from Control, the remote runner we've been playing for years. And yo, Jeff, this is the thing that I don't understand. Is like, why do I not like one type of play more than I like another type of play? Right? Like if you ask me, I've got frustrated at twinning. But the thing I like about twinning is that the use of twinning feels a bit more strategic. It's like, I'm going to build up a resource and then I'm going to understand at this point in time, at this point in the game, I understand the density of agendas in HQ and I'm going to go for it. It's like a difference between decks that play one legwork because then the game is exciting because legwork is used strategically. It's a surgical legwork. And watching a Shaper deck play its one legwork well and steal 4 points when they're playing, Control remote Shaper is a thing of beauty. It's something that's really exciting about the game. And I think the thing that is frustrating me is that we're seeing more and more decks that can just, just send its centrals almost regardless of board state and just understand I can overwhelm you with a number of accesses, particularly in the early game where like they're invalidating some of your ice, let alone you can't res it. And that to me, I don't know why I don't like it. Because it should be exciting, but it feels to me the exact opposite, where it's like there used to be, and again, like this is such a jaded ass opinion, but like it felt like fencing, right? Like we were doing something, we're dancing, we're playing a game of chess, and now it's just like swinging, just like hurling punches, being like, sure hope one of these works. And like, that's exciting. And for I think a lot of people, that's really fun and arguably more fun than the dance I want. I think dance and punches is like a really unfortunate, not value neutral sort of comparison because one of them just seems more highbrow, but you know what I mean? Like I don't know. It's like even Stargate feels a bit more like tactical than anything else, but now it's just like, and then hopefully someone's fallen over once the dust settles. I don't think regardless of board state is fair, but I also understand it. Nearly regardless of board state. I think we're having decks that say you can do whatever you want on the remote. I'm going to rush centrals. Right? Like I've played many games where the criminal doesn't run the remote server once. And like, that's fine. It's working, right? So I don't get it. I feel for a while that we need a Urognium Merxpo for tags, just like a bankable tag removal resource. I could hear it. This is an acid spam stream. What are you talking about? Would you play twinning in more dynamic as central pressure tool than turning wheel? Sort of. The problem with turning wheel was that, so the problem with turning wheel is that problem, but not problem about turning wheel. Cool thing about turning wheel was its karmic angle. The idea is that failure was eventually rewarded by success. Your run didn't work out, but that's okay because you got a percentage of an EV point to run centrals in a later time. That's kind of cool. Now, the bigger issue with turning wheel, and maybe this was a benefit too, is that it could close games. The idea is that if you were just like ready, but the corp wasn't pushing the game forward, you could just farm turning wheels by bouncing off an end the run barrier. And then ice placement mattered a bit more. Was that overwhelming? Yes, possibly. Was it unexciting when the runner did just run, and either jack out or end the run or whatever? Yeah, that was probably boring. But yeah, I think the favorite thing I have about the twinning is that it's gated. That like the twinning, and I still think twinning is really powerful, is that the twinning always can only get this much better. My problem with twinning is more so that it goes alongside with the companions, which are not inherently interaction based. I think if twinning was more attached to things like Miss Bones or Chesva or things that required you to run, I'd feel a bit better about it. But the problem is like the best way to play twinning is like, you know, as much as the companions feel a bit better because I feel like their restrictions are hurting people a bit more. Reed Andre hates prepaid Kate. No, prepaid Kate didn't play like that. I don't think so. I have no earthly idea how to win against NBN assets right now, to be honest, other than play stuff like Turtle and Slime Centrals and Prey. Every asset costs 0 to 1 to res to give a clicker corp turn to corp. I think it's really hard. I think right now the best asset decks you have to build around, and it's going to take some intelligent, like, I think this is the cool thing, is as much as I do not like the asset meta right now, it has lit a fire under my ass to be like, how do I feel good playing against this? And that's cool. It's presented a problem that I think is beatable. The issue to me is like, how do I make a deck that beats that, but that doesn't just get rolled over by like Ag Infusion scores a Sisyphus and then you can't win the game anymore, right? Like that sort of thing is a real problem. But I think it's interesting to be like, wow, clearly there's a part of the meta that has to be dealt with. Who can deal with it? And I think there's decks that can do it. I think cutting off the card draw is really, really important for those like R+ decks. If they don't have card draw, they can't do the bad thing, because you're right. Everything they do is better on tempo for them than you. So if you cut off the card draw, for what it's worth, the 419 deck I'm playing on the weekend is running Hijack Router. And let me tell you, Hijack Router slaps right now. It's really good right now, especially in 419. He's just kind of a piece of shit. So you hear me. Lucille, I'm late to Thursday stream. I loaded it up. I had my chat up. I'm like, let's see if Lucille's in. How's the new job? Hey, welcome. Do we start the stream and watch 2x speed? Just say live. No, you can hang out. It's okay. I mean, this was Jailbreak Adam. I did not like Jailbreak Adam. I do not like always be running Adam. And again, the Adam games sometimes were non-games where Adam just like got 4 points on turn 1, because how do you deal with Adam? You can't. You hope. You mulligan well. Trash FF and win and warm reception win. Yes, I do think cutting off the card draw is really important for that deck. Boxing is very tactical. There's still a difference between fencing and boxing. Jordan. Okay, good. Thank you. I think that's a charitable take. I don't think boxing is like the antithesis to dancing. There's dancing in boxing, but I just mean more like two untrained people punching each other. I mean, if runner isn't contesting the remote, all the corps should invest on centrals. Yeah, sort of. But then you think they're going to run the remote. Like, you can't actually play against NVM by trashing cards because every single card is a must trash. Yes, there's too many must trash assets in the meta right now, I think. The farming a turning wheel counters by bouncing off an outer EDR is a little bit less dynamic, but that's like charging 20 with Padma installs or Paladin installs. Yeah, I agree. But at least turning wheel is like gated at a certain speed, for better, for worse. They did communicate that they were going to focus more on Haymaker cards going forward. Problem was that everyone just said this is fine at the time. But the thing is, like, there's a difference. I think this is a good Haymaker, because the cost associated with this means that you can't really do it all the time, right? Like, it actually feels very different. Like, Finality is a cool card. When this came out, I thought Anarch decks probably should take a core damage of C4 cards on R&D, because that is a really strong effect and that buys you a bunch of time. But now we're at the point where like, this doesn't seem that special somehow. Not so much in Anarch decks, but in other decks, like, this doesn't seem great. I don't know. It's more so the criminal decks, I think. And I've been playing against like Shaper, you know, Eru decks. That's my own problem, I get. But I just don't feel like it feels like Haymakers when they're just constant. They're just constant. Where the hell are the red sand cards? Are they? Daniel, what are you talking about? They're still there. You play Turtle and Aeneas and Bankroll, and then you face rush Ob and 3x virus and stuff. Yeah, I know, it's really hard. It's really hard. I know it's not a great answer in my head. I know the answer is Knife. Orin, I think Knife is really good against the R+ decks. I think you're right. Knife is very, very good. You can ignore their table and you can get Knife down. You also don't care about resources that much, so you don't care about prototype. Like, Knife seems really good. Moranic should be running 1x Finality or Chestushka. I think 1x Chestushka is kind of useless unless you play multiple Chestushka. It just doesn't stack well. The new job has me completely confused about what day it is, which is why I missed the start of the stream. I was lying in bed unable to sleep and then realized my brain knew I should be here instead. Oh, sorry, Lucille. Hopefully it's okay though. Oh, hopefully it's okay. Compare Finality and Trickshot for like the value, and it's wild. Yeah, I agree. As much as 2 versus 4, but like, I think Trickshot's a sick card. It's just like, you're going to get Trickshot 3 times. It's like Haymaker into Haymaker into Haymaker, as opposed to like, you know, something more big than that. Hard to justify the core damage. We can just Catalogger. Esteban, yeah, and Shaper for sure, but I don't know. It's tricky. It's tricky. It's hard. I think the meta is far from settled. I think things like the RH deck, or sorry, the R+ decks are gonna like light a fire under a lot of people for deck building. I'm excited to see what the next tournaments look like. But yeah, it's weird. It's not been my favorite set so far, and I'm okay talking about it, right? Like, it's important to talk about the things that you like, the things you don't like, and these are the pain points I've seen so far. There's a lot of really good parts in it too, so. There's a difference between the big dramatic game ending play and the just I do this whenever play, aesthetics and skill wise. I think that's why it feels different. Yes. And I'm worried about that line too, because like if I say people who play a certain style of deck are not skilled Netrunner players, like that's a shit take. Like call me out for that crap. I don't mean that. It's just like I think that does translate. Like I think the strategy does work with more consistency than probably I would want it to, which like that's again a kind of a shithead take, but it is what it is. Played R plus versus a knife deck recently. The only reason I won is because I prototype bounced their Asmoon pull out with Knife Turtle. Oh, it gets trashed. Oh, that's very funny. I don't think you should play Asmoon. Okay, this is Jay Foley's deck. Actually, in the upcoming deck dives, we played against Jay Foley on this deck, but slightly changed. We also played against Arizon, who's playing this deck. This deck is interesting. It does a lot of cool stuff. Pravdivost is wild. We have a lot of more good infinite scaling barriers, which means the more you're running into Pravdivost, the more things just infinitely scale. Don't love advanceable ice. I don't like ice that just scales infinitely because you had the gall to interact. Pravdivost is interesting. And I think the coolest thing about Pravdivost is the cohort guidance Pravdivost card. Oh shit, I remember what I need to pull up. Remind me. I need to link something because I was talking to Safer. So Safer from NSG. I have a link to this, to the get involved in playtesting stuff, which maybe that's a good segue from talking about, you know, what you think about Haymakers or not. But I was asked like, what is potentially your favorite card from the set? And I think my answer was like, it's either Charlotte or Cohort. And I think Cohort is so cool. Like this is quintessentially one of my favorite Netrunner cards from the set, if not for a while, because what Cohort does is fascinating. There's a lot of text on it, but very specifically, it gives a lot of angles for your opponent to counterplay you, which is so cool. So inherently with this card, it does one of two things. Firstly, it's a pretty destructive but fun econ card. Trade a card for hopefully a better card and gain 2 credits is sick. That's just good text. That's like anarch-esque ass text. You could see that on the console or on a hardware and it'd be totally fine. And then this one's the tricky one, right? Turn 1 face down card and archives face up if you do place 1 advancement counter. So this is so cool because this is a card that feels very ancient techy. It's splashable in basically every faction and it does something very powerful in every faction. And this is the most powerful clause on it on certain board states because it allows you to never advance 4/2s and never advance 5/3s if there's enough of them. But the counterplay to this is tenfold. You can either run the remote server with the agenda in it, you can run the cohort, or you can run archives. And the thing is, like, a lot of these Asa decks are going so fast. A lot of these like Pravdivost decks are creating situations where that's a hard thing to untangle. And that's why this deck is so cool. Compared to some of the other stuff that I don't like, this has counterplay basically designed all around it, and you and your opponent get to enjoy that space. Are you going to ice up archives? Are you just going to run archives and hope there's not a second cohort on the table so they can't do trash flip, right? It's cool. It's hella cool. I love this because there's ways to deal with it baked into the card, to the basic action card. Love it. And this deck is really fascinating too. Because say that you put something on the table, a fly on the wall is a 3/1 that gives a tag, and that matters if you score it with a click left, or of course the artificial crypto crash, that's going to scare you forever. But the idea is that if you run to trash the cohort, or to turn off the cohort by running archives, you give a Pravdivost an advancement counter. So no matter what you do, if they can set up the board state, unless you can run the agenda, which with this deck, actually, that can be a problem, you're getting a 4/2 scored out, a functional 4/2. And that's a really cool fork. That's a really cool way to use cohort. And then again, you can use cohort to like just continually advance your ice until Hush comes down. That's fine. I haven't seen a lot of Hush, but that's a really cool trick with this deck. Now, this deck is playing some of the, you know, the strongest tag punishment, single tag punishment, self-growth program. Like, I don't know, anytime it hits me, I tilt like no tomorrow, and I just want to close the game and walk away because losing 7 credits worth of installables is just as bad as a closed account, right? Like, we're in a world where closed accounts should not exist anymore. We're happy about it. Lose all your credits. And this is not closed accounts. It's kind of like closed accounts, though. So you have so many lines that you just get blown out by either a crypto crash or by a self-growth program. It is what it is. It gets me. Now, the deck doesn't have a functional economy. I think that's something I really enjoyed playing 419 into this is like it has no hedge funds. Its economy is predictive planogram and 2 your digital lives. Just pressure it. I don't know. Just like run stuff. And that's an issue. If you can keep down the cohorts and the Rashidas, like the deck has no money. So it is what it is. It can do some cool stuff. Message Chesto is pretty well positioned in the meta. I think on Smiling Setievna doesn't make a lot of sense to me. Its abilities are okay. I think I'd rather either pay 1 more credit to have Starlit Knight if they do go tag me, as much as we only have 2 oppos, or maybe just play a Vasilisa, which is kind of fun. I don't know about this card. It's good enough, I guess. You pay 4, they usually break it for a bit more than that. Then we're not playing ping. We have Logjam, which scales forever. And then we have Treeline, which also scales forever, but loses more to Botulus than Logjam ever will. It's cool. We're on 3 Holloman. That's a lot of Holloman. Might be too much. I'd rather play strong economy in this. We also have market forces, mind you, as an economy card, but that's the only thing I would change. Is I think this deck doesn't have enough economy to make me excited, but it can definitely win games and can actually present board states that are tricky to kind of navigate. Let me catch up on chat. So it's a Punisher card. Yeah, it is. Logjam plus Divert Power seems like a cool combo. Spending 12 credits for Logjam, I'd rather just like tree line it. I don't know. That's a lot of money. Where's Ranji when you need him? Daria, for what? Why are you summoning Ian? If there was a dominant strategy that was just pressing the same button over and over, that would be objectively boring. The closer you get to that, the worse the game is. Yeah, for sure. Cohort is sick. Cohort is sick. Nick 1700, how's it going? The cohort flavor is also incredible. Yeah, it's a really fun one. We talked about this, mind you, in a Neon Static podcast, talking about flavor of cards. This is one of them that came up. I think we all had a lot to say about it. It turned out great. Good podcast. Check it out. Fun fact, I don't think it's been stated publicly. All the babies in cohort are kids of NSG members. No way, Conrad. Specifically, each one's modeled, or they're just like, they have a name. Like, do these all look like certain kids, and did they choose which toys they have? What are you eating? Get that out of your mouth. That's probably safe. You can eat that, I think. That's really cool. I feel like the reason Hammer R&D is so popular right now is because assets are too strong. You can't keep up, so just win faster. Yeah, maybe. I don't know. I think a lot more people are giving up against assets and yeah, just sending it home. So if I fire cohort for money every turn, I'm drawing an agenda every 2 turns. Yeah, that's sick though, because then the bin's full of cohorted stuff. You want that. Splashing Jinteki for generic value cards, Brave New World. It's a good one though. It's such a fun one. No matter what you do, he says, while I jam direct access into my... Surely with Jinteki assets, we can finally have the fabled tempo P. We have it. It's pretty good. What's wrong with closed accounts? So this is the thing that like jumps out a bit. Oh, 3 subliminal messaging is wild. And like, maybe it's too many, but I think it works with cohort, so why not? So tag punishment in NSG world versus tag punishment in FFG world feel very different. NSG tag punishment, barring retribution, is meant to be more like, I'm going to push myself forward. Like the tag punishment, besides the kill stuff, is meant to be like, I'm going to use tags to make my game faster and push me closer to an end game. A lot of FFG tag punishment, going back to closed accounts, was just, I'm going to push you out of the game, but the game is not over. Now you could say those two are the same, but they kind of feel different. Like the runner still has all their resources after you like predict a planogram to draw 3, gain 3, but the game is just accelerated. Like Shipment from Vladisirbursk like just closes games. There's tag punishment agendas that nobody plays, but like this is cool because it just closes the game out. But the problem is when you get closed accounts, like you just have to sit there and click for credits. So like this card has been around since ONR, right? Functionally, I think the exact same text and credits and everything. So it is what it is. But it feels like there's a dichotomy between, a very big difference between the fact that there's like cards that just say, sorry, you're out of the game for a while, but you still have to play with me, as opposed to like, you know, cards like this, right? Like this is modern closed accounts. It's not as bad on a single tag. And I think the big problem with closed accounts is that FFG didn't want single tag, or sorry, NSG didn't want single tag to be GG. And self-growth program is probably the closest GG to a single tag is right now in standard. But they want you to be able to consider floating a tag for a turn. And I like that. I like the fact that if you float a tag for the turn, maybe the worst thing is that they predict a planogram and it's just a sick Rashida. But unfortunately, with cards like closed accounts, you can't float a single tag. So yeah. End of line is a whole card. Yeah, sure. But end of line is a lot of influence and it doesn't kill you all the time. You're right. This is as strong as it can be without being super, super oppressive. Like people are not dying end of line in standard that often. So that's my thoughts on tag punishment. We need to close accounts reprint. That evidence is nice in R+, pretty much guaranteed to draw 4 on res. Yeah, it's good in R+, for sure. But all tag ice is good in R+, right? Play this deck is very cool. Sometimes find it tricky to decide whether to play cohort naked or to create a new server. I think you want to protect it, because I think a runner who's worth their salt should trash this on all board states. It's only 2 credits. I think that's a cool thing about the like 2 credit things is you have to ice them up or just play 22 other assets, so it's hard. Are those evil storks in the mirror behind the glass there? Cronus, no, those are people. Those, it's hard to tell the low quality, low pixels here, but those are just like 3, assumedly JNet or Jinteki, you know, scientists looking over their kin. The Deferred Power gives is the 6 credits to re-res it as long as you have 2 assets you like to de-res. Sort of, but it's convoluted. Cohort art goes hard. Love the Mysterious Council. It's great. The one-way mirror. Each one is a specific kid. Mine is the one with Taka's. Wait, that's Taka? I didn't even know it's Taka. Oh, that's sick. Oh, that's really cool. Congratulations on your kid with good Taka choice. Sure, we want to reverse accounts of Prav? I don't know. Bring back Boom? Let's not go that far. I generally think we need something along the lines of Boom back. I don't like Boom. I don't like 2 tags equals GG. I do like where NSG tag punishment is, that 2 tags is Shipment from Vladisirbursk. It is, oh, the game is going to be over soon. Like, I'm going to do something good for me, not I'm going to end the game for you. I like that a little better. Leave the runner alone. Just make it good for you. I don't know. That's the way I see it. Always hasn't worked out like that, but I'm not sure. I do like tag upside much more than tag downside, yes. Because tag downside, you still have to sit there and play the game, and the game just is not fun when you're not playing it. What if 3-tag boom? Now we're talking. For what it's worth, like 3-tag boom actually is a big difference, because when you get oppoed, it's very easy. You can always do credit, clear 1 tag, almost. So unless you get oppoed on 0 credits, you can almost always get out of 3-credit boom or 3-tag boom. So like, funny enough, sure. Yeah, fine. It's weird how that is. Probably not healthy. 4 tags equals GG for 1 card is probably the closest acceptable. Yeah, maybe 4 tags enough. Import. Why don't I just do the URL? Have I not figured this out? Oh my God, it's already 10 o'clock. How are we going to build an Aviatrix deck? Hear me out, HPT Nearprint. We promised we wouldn't do it. We promised we wouldn't. Looking at cohort on 900 DPI creator portal copy, the kids are so detailed. Yes. Oh my God, the 900 DPI scans that creators get are kind of incredible. Also on that note, if you're struggling because you're a content creator and you are pulling Netrunner DB photos from FFG and they have the white corners on them, because of course they do, because they're JPEGs, not PNGs. I have a really quick script you can run to like decorner all of them. I figured it out today. I've shared it with Jeff so far. If you want to, just hit me up. It's just like image magic and a quick Windows batch script. It takes a minute. You have to download all the files though. You'll figure that out on your own. Corp, let's go. HPT says you cannot play the card if you played Mad early this game. Yeah, you just need to give Mad a mandate subtype, and then you just need to give HPT a mandate subtype, and we figured it all out. I'm the weirdo that wants the corners back. Lucille, why? Why do you want the corners? The worst. Hey. How you been? How's it going? It's Aaron. Just reinstate the restricted list and put HPT and MAD on it. It's that simple, right? Like for what it's worth, the simplicity of just the banned list, there's a lot of, granularity you get with other systems, but I think I'm cool with the banned list. Going well, a bit sleepy. This hand's good enough, right? Like, are we going to res a logjam on turn 1? F it. See, that's strictly incorrect. Eric, do you need the corners off? You might need the corners off. Ban Mad and return HPT with base as hell. I don't think, for what it's worth, I don't think Mad's a healthy card. Well, maybe you should be streaming. It's not like driving a car. I'll be okay. All right. So we're playing against Lat. Let's just dump cards from hand and get trick shotted or whatever. So I'm going to play the Subliminal just because we need res a logjam. I don't think Shaper can deal with a logjam early. If we res it with 1, now it'll have a counter. So we figured that out. So we'll put that on server 1. We could put this on server 2. If it gets trick shotted, it gets trick shotted. And I think we have to put this on R&D. We're not going to res it. It's just going to look nice. My Wayland partner in crime. I love Subliminal Messaging. I think it's just like the coolest card. It's been cool forever. I'm glad it got back into the game in System Update. It wasn't in System Update 19, but back in 21. The art on this rivals the old art, which are both like just hella Yu-Gi-Oh weird. This one's a bit more Netrunner weird. The other one was like Yu-Gi-Oh weird. But it's a cool card. That was easy. What happened? Oh, no. Yeah, go. Best of luck. Oh, I hope Aaron's okay. Hope Aaron's okay. You get trick shot here, you give them the R&D access, protect Rashid 100%. We got Ballonas in there. Did I just see Jeff? I thought I saw Jeff for a second. Jeff, you want to play? Yeah, hey, let's go. The last time I played against Jeff, I smurfed because I was just logged out of an account. He wasn't on stream. And then like I met him, I mentioned her. I'm like, man, the last game I played, it was me. I'm so sorry I smurfed. And it was a sick game. It was just like such a hella cool game. And I was like, I so wanted to talk to him about it because it was just like, I was playing this sort of Banhar Steve against, he's playing Cohort Asa, and it was just like a killer game. I don't like smurfing, but sometimes I do. And I was logged into the account and Jeff made a lobby and I was like, I got to get in here fast. So I'll let you know if I do after. Okay, we're playing against Ari. Very cool. Hush is going to eat most of our ice alive, so that's not a great thing we've got going for us. We have 2 cohorts and a subliminal. If we draw 1 ice, that's like maybe okay. Otherwise, we have 11 ice. That's not a lot. I think Jeff's still in Conduit. That's a bit better. I like how Subliminals uses both cohort, fuel, and economy in this deck. It's such a weird card. It has a lot of flexibility with a lot of other stuff. Okay. That's a better hand. Best of luck. Again, the deck doesn't have economy. Like, it just doesn't. So if Jeff can keep the table, that's it. So I still think we do Rashida Logjam. I'm going to play Predictive for 3 just to get something in the bin. This thing is still tricky to deal with. You can't Physarum it. It doesn't slap bend very well. So like you probably burn an early propeller on it, if anything. But I think we'll just do this and hope that nothing bad happens to us. So it was like an A-tier marriage of mechanics and flavor in a card. Yes, it's very, 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 very cool. It's so cool. I keep forgetting you don't need an successful run. Against this deck, actually, a lot of the times, the right play is to run to jack out, right? Like, you can make a successful Bravado run, just don't access. So they don't get Subliminal back. All good? Okay, cool. So Logjam, 2 strength, not bad. If this bounces, we'll get 2 credits back, which means we function like reses for 4. For 4, it's fair. Cubon. Just, okay, so Cubon on this means that we're going to get a UAV. We can't overinstall the Logjam, so it is going to survive. But now if a UAV comes down, this is a bit too expensive. Normally, if they get an early UAV, I will trash this to slow down the UAV economy. Yeah, just Spiderweb, big Spiderweb. I mean, you hush it, then pop breaks for 3 and no counters. Yeah, it's bad. It's not good. Yeah, there's the UAV. If this was any other ice, I would consider trashing it. It's all tag punishment. No tags. No tags. Okay, 3 credits with the Cubon back in hand. I don't know what the acid tech is. The deck probably has 1 Parisha. I think we start with a Predictive for 3, but like, oh my god, what are we going to do with all these cards? Okay, well, Subliminal is always a start. So we can do Artificial, Crypto Crash in their remote server. And then we can just ice it 1. Obviously, Cohort does something. But if he ever runs, we advance this. And getting through 2 barriers is a bit tricky. I don't think we need Market Forces. SGP is a bit more destructive. Okay. Stacking barriers is not the best. Lily pad, nice. Come on, just get 7 credits somehow. It's not going to happen. But now if he wants to run, at least we get the advancements. This is what like Prav stops you from doing. Oh, okay. Yeah, it's fine. You could run there. Doesn't want to run. Makes sense. Ooh, that's good. So I think we do Cohort, Mesnachesvo, Subliminal, Advance. This will probably get Physarumed, which is like actually does feel quite bad. The problem with this is we don't have a window to make it good until environmental testing comes down. What can come off a Gachapon? Nothing? Oh, Conduit. It has to be a Conduit. That's pretty ugly. I feel like run HQ and throw Cubon with Ari just feels better. What are you scared of? Yeah, I think he could have ran there. He's scared of Pravdivost. That's what he's playing around, the Pravdivost advancement. Was there a Muse in there? I think I missed there was a Muse in there. Okay. So we know he's on Conduit. He's going to lose some of these. Ika's going to come down. That's fine. Ika on the Mesnachesvo again. With Muse, you have to host it. It's not optional. So that means he can bring it back with UAV if he wants to, which is kind of sick. Advancing there to be wrong. We can't res Cohort now. Why? Why? I don't follow. We can res Cohort now. What did I mess up? I don't think I did. He's on 8. He might contest it. I thought we had 0 credits. Oh, no, yeah, we have 7. We're good. The question is how quickly he can deal with like the Logjam. Okay. Cubon's there. So we'll advance that. It looks like a Bologna, which is fine. Sees the Market Forces. So this could be like, if we bounce this with self-growth, 8 credits. Okay. So we're going to res the Cohort. Do we want the free advancement within the card draw? I think we actually want the card draw more here. I don't think we need the attitude adjustment. I'm going to advance. I'm going to ask for action. Because in theory, he can dump his Gachapon. In theory, like you should just wait here. But otherwise, we're going to take him down to 1 credit. Okay. So now he's on 1 credit. That's like good. That's obviously not bad. I wish we had something to jam. I'm just going to get a Logjam on R&D. I wish we were actually making the board stay work for us. But I do not think this deck has a lot of money. So we probably have the Cohort every time. The thing is we have to defend the Cohort for 5, which is not great. There's the Hush. I imagine that's going to come down sooner than later. Yeah, that's a problem. What would dumping the Gachapon do? You can't clot an already installed agenda. No, to dump some money. So it's not very likely because Gachapon saves but 2 credits. But in theory, he could like install a Conduit. He could install an expensive program. He can install Muse and then install something from his deck. So it's not to be Clot, it's so that he plays money, so that he, admittedly, he's not on 1 credit, but he actually can get more of his money's worth. Disable card reminder, yeah, I'll do it when it happens, because I think he's going to return it to hand. All right, so this looks like a mess in Chesvo. Yeah, Crypto and Amelia, Econ Denial Stream. I actually don't know if Amelia's going to work. This one is a bit more, like, this just works. Amelia's a lot of effort. 2 Dirty Laundries out is nice. Diesel. So no environmental testing is like the best thing we've got going for us. We know 1 got hit off of a Gachapon. I love the Gachapon seeing more play. Gachapon is just such a sick card in these RE decks. Coalescence, yeah, great. 7-star Tree Line might be a good investment. It's got a Hush. It's not real. That being said, we hush both of these. Like, you have to spend a Heimel chip. But we have to spread these out, because we make one of them really good, A will get Hush, and then you just go through this with Cleaver anyways. So we need to make this like difficult to Cleaver. The problem is he's going really well and we're not doing much. I think we get rid of the Sadievna. She's okay, but Eco breaks her for like functionally 1.5 credits. We need a self-growth program to do something here. Discarding a Gachapon, a K2CP, so that's coming back with a Simul chip unless he has multiple. No Simul chip just yet. So start a turn, we got a cohort. We're gonna trash 2 SGP seems ridiculous. The next thing we want in a remote server is a Fly on the Wall. He's on 9 credits. What the hell? He was on 1 at the start of turn. Yeah, okay. I guess I'll keep the ice. All right, if he steals this, he steals this. Well, I don't know. Just push in a remote and hope. Yeah, we just don't have the money to like do anything more because we can't really res any of this ice. So now Hush is back in hand. So the question is, can he deal with 2 ice? One of them looks a lot like a mess in chest. So now he's contesting this. We know there's a cube on here, so we have to kind of res. Well, now we don't. But if the cohort goes, like, can we res the cohort going down to 5? No, I think we have to like keep the money for the tree line on the remote server. So we're gonna get an advancement no matter what. But the cohort's gone. We can't really afford to protect it. Bellona. I'm not sure if Jeff's on overclocks or trick shots. There's the Simul chip. Okay, so now with the turbine can come down at instant speed. Let alone mostly the turbine. That's the second lily pad. The deck's usually on 2, if not 3. Jeff did post this list. They played a Netrunner. I don't think he lost a game with it. Looked really good. And Urban Art Versage, oh, that installed that. But yeah, this is like, if our deck is just ice, like, we should not beat the Cyrus on it because our deck is just ice. If you use credits during runs for any reason, you should be on both IMO. It's hard for slots because you really want to be on 45 with Arisonic because you are an engine deck. Okay, well, at least we're on game point, I guess. There's a chance that with Holloman, the deck has a 3-2? Wait, the deck has 1 3-2, right? And it has 3 1s. So, like, with a 3-2, you can fast advance with Holloman, sort of. I'm not sure if Jeff is on Clot. I'd have to actually check the deck list. We're on 6 Influence of Gachapon. What else are we on? 1 Ashen Epilogue. Installs the Hush on the Logjam, so we can't res it. I think we do still res it. I mean, if you run Create Commission, I think you should be. Some of the decks don't run Create Commission. It has Headline. Yeah, it has Headliners are only 3-2. No more action. So the Hush here is really good because if it's Logjam, we don't get the counters. Like, that's actually the best placed thing. So if we res it, it's still a barrier that ends the run. Excel subroutines, yeah, I know, but I think we have to because like Jeff can pull out a conduit if we don't res it. Oh, sorry. No counters. Lucille, I didn't listen to you. So it doesn't get its counters. It still has subroutines, but like now this gets broken for a credit until we Pravdivost advanced it. I still won't do anything if it's hushed, if it's Pravdivost advanced. 4 credit to end the run? Yeah, but he could break it. He probably will. Right, it's like Shapers. They have access to everything all the time. Like, why wouldn't he break it? It cost him nothing. Oh, 3 credits. Not the word Bamboo Dome. Choose a card to advance. So advancing this is useless. We'll try and make these awkward. Getting this to 3 strength matters because this boosts for 2. So any even or odd number is better for Propeller. 6 credits. So we just haul him in the remote server and hope an Oppo research hits. Like, his economy hasn't been good. He hasn't found a single environmental testing. Like, I think this is all we have. That's fine. Can't even place advances on the Hush logjam. Oh, yeah, you're right. It can be advanced as Hush text. You're right. We can't even advance it. Okay, there's the first testing. So this is an issue because our window was small and Jeff can probably charge us in a single turn. Maybe not now on the basis that he's played 3 Gash Bonds. That's his fastest. We'll res the tree line. There's all our money's gone. But double barriers, it means the propeller where actually you'll have to produce your breaker. I'm not sure if he's on cleaver. I don't think he's on pressure spike. But this at least does make the Hush a bit awkward. You don't need a Hush logjam here though. By the way, hi Sneak Door. 6 cost, 0 strength barrier. Yeah, I know. GitHub says it's 1,200 lines of code. What is whitest? Yeah, hey, no worries. Like, we have to remember we have to Oppo, but we actually can't afford Oppo, right? Like, the economy in the deck is severely, it's low. So it's going to Hush this. It'll still be 4 strength. But, like, we can barely Oppo. Like, we can just do, you know, oops, Oppo. And it'll be like credit Oppo. So he just can clear the tags and we don't have a turn. I think it might be literally just 1 propeller as the only fractor and I just recurse it a bunch. And I think he's on a permanent fractor. Oh, you might be right, actually. It might just be propeller. Come on back. I've been there. Does he have to say, let me redo that? Even if he clicks for credits and clears, yeah, if he just clicks for credits and clears, it's better for him than us. So it's not a real thing we can do. All right, because again, he's going to have 9 credits soon enough. Every turn he's installing one of these for free. You're still trading 1 click and 2 credits for his whole turn and all his money. Yeah, I wouldn't say that. Can you disable card? I guess so. Oppo's gross. It's not that bad though. Like, it's better for him. Because he eventually gets closer to the environmental testing. And if we can't push in the remote server, Oppo doesn't really do anything. Like, we probably can't play Oppo here. Unless, like, his money is really messed up. Maybe when he steals Holloman, it's really messed up. Oh, Jack's out. That's okay. We can't do anything on 2 credits, right? Like, that's fine. Like, we load bearing subliminal here to bring back. We need it. Simulchip. Okay, so now he can fire this guaranteed on his turn or on our turn because he can simulchip for Muse and then Muse for Coalescence and then he suddenly got plus 13 credits, right? Like, you can't win with ice. It doesn't work. Against good decks that are dealt with ice, you can't win with ice. He has a 13 credit button here because he simulchips for Muse. The Muse gets a Coalescence for 2. That gives him 4 credits. He pays 2 and then that gives him 9. You may need to re-enable some of the cards, yeah. This needs to be re-enabled. But like, I don't know what we do. Like, this is, you can't. Nice. Like, do we trash the Hush? Maybe we have to force out a different breaker type. It's just like, if we trash this and install an ice, we're on 2 credits, right? Like, we're just exactly where we started. The only difference is he's 1 simulchip down and he still has an Ashen Epilogue and he still has 2 Muses and a simulchip, right? Like, I don't think you can actually wear the Shapers down by trashing their cards anymore. It's only temporally important, but if you're not rushing, it doesn't actually matter. If you trash the Hush, you just get the ET faster. Yeah. Because then he can simulchip without having to trash his Coalescence. It doesn't actually matter. I don't know. Like, maybe we can afford a good Oppo soon. Messenger Chest went to Unity is actually not bad. Second Logjam, I feel like we can't go that far. Let's do something like that. Prov is really cool, but you're playing Oppo, why not play R+? The Prov forks that this deck can do is actually really cool. There's some board states in which running is wrong. But the thing is, like, once you're in control, right? Like, this remote server is not absurd, especially specifically with Hush. Like, with Hush, Logjam doesn't scale infinitely. So that's the thing that, in theory, Jeff has to worry about is infinite scaling Logjam. This is not it. Not I think R+ is particularly good into Ari. Not great. I think Assets R+ into Ari is good for Ari, I think, or for R+. Okay, so now on 11 credits. So we had a window there for like half a turn. Yeah, this is rough. How do we get out of this? So he didn't steal, didn't trash Satsarievna. He's on 11 credits. It's a matter of time before, well, that's something. Now, this isn't run. He's still holding onto Clot Lock. You need an advancement R&D logjam at some point to put a cost to conduit digs? Yes, we can probably just do it manually, but if he hushes it, it doesn't do anything, right? Point over Jeff. Yeah, look out. What do we want to do with this? Like, if we res with this and then draw cards into hand, that's something. If we force him to run this, like, how limited is his economy? He has 14 cards left. We're looking at no more dirty laundries. We haven't seen creatives or anything. It might not be on him. I think spec works. We haven't shown a reason to pull out Turbine yet. We're still waiting on all the muses, which means the coalescences come back. And there is one more spec work somewhere. Corp should have an asset to do something like -1 MU. Maybe wouldn't be that fun, but there's a lot of like annoying assets you can get. The problem is like you just play all of them. I think we should click for credits. Like, what are we doing here? I think we should click for credits. Like, maybe this gets run. Maybe he can trash the Spin Doctor and we have an Oppo window. 3 environmentals, but they're hard to get quickly at the end of the deck and can be SGP'd. Yeah, but we just can't give a tag consistently. The thing is, like, they're not that hard, right? Like, the environmental testing got so much stronger in this meta when you can now simulchip for Muse, like Muse gets a coalescence. Like, you're halfway there. We can't really res this, right? Like, one simulchip gives you halfway to environmental testing, right? Like, it's not that bad. It's so much better than it used to be. Sorry for the use of the word just. Eco from hand, might as well. We'll res this. I think we can let Jeff trash that. Wait, it's free with Prisha, but it turns on Oppo. Do we want to get something back into our deck? We actually probably want to get 2 predictive planograms. Like, that's the best economy we have in the deck right now. If we top deck a YDL, we'd actually be pretty happy because we have a lot of cards in hand. So maybe that's a reason why we don't want to shuffle them back to the deck. It just does cost him nothing. Yeah, we'll take 2 planos. Even like plano to draw and then you just, you know, heart of the cards into the YDL is like kind of interesting. So in theory, Jeff can't jack out here because we ask him, do you want access? And he says yes. After that, he has to access. It's true that simulchip into Muse into Coalescence is good econ, but the deck needs those for actual recursion, can be locked out. It has Ashen Epilogue. It can. It won't be. He has 2 influence on Ashen Epilogue. There is no locked out. There is a reset button in Standard. And we're not going fast enough to make the reset button awkward for him. The worst case is like he hits the reset button and he gets like a card stuck out, like that he loses his simulchips. That's the worst case. Like imagine he hits reset and loses like 3 simulchips into Muse. Like that'd be sick. But that's the worst case. Spec work, last one, nice. Go fast or go far, not both. Ashen shouldn't exist. I don't like Ashen. It hasn't been a problem so far, but like, yeah, I don't know. Recursion. Vazarium Entangler got discarded. That's a reason why we can't raise Messna Chesfo. Muses were discarded. Okay. So we have another Holloman. In theory here we could win, unless he has access to Claude. Do you have a script for something that gives you the sort button on archives? It's, I think there's actually a way to do it on JNet, but all the scripting I'm using is called Cyberfeeder. Rocky, she made this for Firefox. It allows me to hit control the sort. It gives you all the labels, all the animations, the cards now enter archives. We target servers, like all that Cyberfeeder. Search Cyberfeeder, Netrunner. Firefox. It's only Firefox right now. I don't know if Rahi's plans to make that not different, but yeah, that's what it is. We need to put ice on R&D that we can afford to res. I think Sarievna is kind of annoying. Why does Claw have to do with scoring out your Bologna? We can't score the Bologna. I was going to do Clot to score from hand if we draw tomorrow's headline. I think we have to just force him into this. This like targeting, this is also all Cyberfeeder. This is new. But like we can do this and just hopefully keep him busy. Thanks for that. Yeah, it's sick. It's sick. I found that Ashen takes a lot of planning to use the matchups that I have caused to use it. Hoshika versus Egg. Yes, Hoshika versus Egg, the window of when you do it feels a bit more fair. In this, we're like, it's been 4 turns since we've made Jeff spend any credits, right? Like, it's not going to be a problem to blind Ashen. But that is inherently an issue that our deck is now forcing Jeff to interact with us. You had to click for 2 credits, otherwise not threatening NA Bologna. Rongi, how's it going? I think I missed something. In theory, we should have separated the Bologna and the Holloman, but it is what it is. So 2 simulchips down. Is Jeff on Clot? Does anyone know if Jeff's on Clot? You need the money to score Bologna next turn? Yeah, we need, oh yeah, we're actually credit short to score it out. You're right. Because it's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, we're credit short. That's on us. Is this not disabled? It is disabled, yeah. Yeah, we are actually credit short from scoring out the Bologna. We're not credit short from Oppo. Yeah. It's 7 credits if he runs. Yeah, but if he runs, we advance the Bologna. He steals the Bologna. We're representing Resin Cohort in second remote, actually. Oh, that's true. Yeah, it's 1 more credit. There was no run or a successful run elsewhere, we would still get there. Yeah, but like Jeff runs this. He doesn't have to run much else. Right? He's going to have 9 more credits at the end of this run if he really wants to. So strength is a power counter. Okay. So in theory, we shouldn't advance the Bologna. We should just advance. I don't know what we are advancing. This logjam? Brutal. I just don't think there's a play we can make that forces him to interact with us in a non-favorable way. Right? Like here he just simul chips for a coalescence and he's back in, you know, plus 13 credits. It's really hard to find a window against this deck. Oh, there you go. Yeah, right? Like it's unending. It's fun to play. I'm jealous. He still has a simul chip, so he's threatening Clot. So the best we can do is install Cohort in server 1, credit Oppo, I think. Always fun to have a counter on Messney. It doesn't matter because he's going to simul chip for a Fizzarum. The counter on Messney is good. We might want to go for it, but firstly, we can't really afford to res this, and he'll just Fizzarum it and bypass it for 2. It's way cheaper than any other option. I think we do push this and just give him the big Oppo and just say, what are you going to do? We have 1 credit. We're threatening to score. You need your money more? I know, but what else can we do? Like here you can misplay. Is there a name for this type of Arsana deck? No, this is like the good stuff Arsana. Like generally people have a name for like World Tree Arsana decks. This is just good Arsana. And now we're going to lose to Conduit. Oh, actually maybe he could tilt here. We're not like representing scoring out, but it looks like he might try and just... Oh no, he can probably still clear tags. But he's going to use Peach de Champ here. Is the Conduit going to come down? We could still lose to that. Yeah, maybe. Maybe. I think he can just clear tags here. I don't think he has to do this. This is 3 cards for a free access. Advancement. Unless Baya, he's not on Baya. Fly on the wall. Oh yeah, we do have like 10 agendas. We have a fair bit of agendas. We're on 3 fly on the wall, 3 blown, 3 crypto crash, 1 tomorrow's headline. So we're on 10. So single access wins here. He hasn't pulled the Conduit down yet, which I thought he would do. But this, mind you, is all clickless. Who do I root for? Jagdus, how's it going? I don't know. I'm rooting for Ari usually. Ari's a lot of fun. Oh, he's a deep dive. He's a damn deep dive. Get out. Okay, so we're cooked. Sick. That's exciting, though. All right, he has 3 points there. Barely 3 points. But he has a fly on the wall and the 1 tomorrow's headline we're waiting for. I thought he would just clear the tags. Apparently he doesn't have to. He can just win right now. Good game. Yeah, didn't feel down. Didn't feel close. Got him. Yeah, he in theory needs to chip first so he can respect Bologna. He's not respecting Bologna there. Yeah, RD gave it up. He goofed it, which maybe we could get there. Didn't have Bologna money. You might have a shot. Yeah, he should have done it. AGG. Oof. Yeah, that ice does not hold up at all. This is all because Hush, right? Like, if you have ice that's dependent on his text to be relevant, there's certain matchups where it's not going to be. And it's not the Anarch matchup, it's the Shaper matchup. They can move around the Hush like wherever it wants. And that's hard. That's really, really difficult. This is going to be hard. I'm always uncomfortable with Shaper. Their ad is cool with you just getting up to 5. Yeah. And for what's worth, yeah, he can just let us do this. The worst is Crypto Crash. Actually, the worst would be, potentially, and I don't know if Jeff was familiar with the deck, is if we did score out a fly on the wall, we had a chance in the early to mid game that we could have done fly on the wall into self-growth program. Like, that's the one way that we buy ourselves a window. Like, if you bounce environmental testing, if you bounce a lily pad, like, maybe you have a window if you bounce a UAV with a lot of credits on it. I mean, it's pretty decent against maybe being only on propeller. Yeah, but you still have an Ashen. I think you can just clear tags there. And I'm still cooked. If an NBN deck becomes the most played corp, does the deck mean it's mainstream media? Draco, you gotta laugh for me. How's it going? Critical mass that requires Hush to defeat is doable, but ice still doesn't matter. I don't know I would go that far, but yeah, if you have enough Hushable ice, like it gets uncomfortable. Yeah, we are lucky that we got all our barriers early, because at least that makes the propeller ugly, but like the deck still has a lot of recursion. Yeah, I think so. I think so. And me being on 1 credit. Yeah, I have market forces. So maybe I crawl back. If you whiff. Yeah, if he whiffs there and like we market forces him into the dirt and we go up, like that's okay. It was worth it. I guess the deck has some of the problems that have plagued mid-range NBN for the longest time. The runner can just let you get to 5 and then lock you out of everything. Yes, we do have fast advance. There's a chance that if we got everything right, are you in Claude? If he didn't have Claude, like we could have top decked the win. It's just it's a 1 of 3-2, right? Like we don't have Project Beal, so it's a bit harder. He didn't have enough money for you to take. No, yeah. I think you can sig. Yeah, he has Clot. Cool. So I think it's like 3 Gachapon that takes you to 6. Clot is 8. Fazarium is 9, 10, 11. I think 12, 13 is the recursion card. I don't know what his next 2 influence is. Maybe, I don't think there's a DJ Fender, so it doesn't seem like the sort of thing he'd do. I forget, but he's posted a list. You can find it. It's sick. It's a really fun list. The Gari got a huge breath of life with all this, the new stuff. Man, I've been really negative recently. Apologies for that. I find myself when I can't really talk about. That's the thing is like when I don't feel like I have plays we can talk about, right? It's just like we're gonna click for credits and hope it works. Like I feel like my, oh yeah, but of course. Yeah, it's hush. We should have seen that. That one turned out to be important. Thanks for the game, man. Let's do another one. You're meant to say thanks for the game too, Jeff. Hey, cheers. Let me get you hooked on the idea of king making false lead as Mari. I've only played king making in that like QTM version. The what's it called? The superconducting hub one. And that deck is cool. It's like kind of fun. It is still like mid-range NBN. I think the matchup, maybe Piranhas is hard for that deck to deal with. I think you have to like rely on Fazarium for it. Piranhas is hard to deal with. I'll convert 1 person eventually. But what are you doing with the false lead? Like trading it in to get a scoring window? You forget Hush because it's a Shaper card? One day. Ken, okay. You're gonna throw those fists out. Tron, how's it going? Best of luck, have fun. Tron is a pretty big, pretty merry enjoyer. This is the sort of matchup where I don't know what to do. Because against inside jobs, single ice doesn't work. So we need to ice up centrals relatively well. I think a logjam on centrals is pretty good. That's pretty good. But this hand is like you need relatively strong economy if you need to res all ice on central servers. And Ken's going to get, you know, pressure from everything. How much influence is Trick Shot? 3? We might have actually wanted to keep that because that felt like it had one of our 5 economy cards that we can play on turn 1. It's not too bad. Oh, Subliminal. Never mind. There's a couple more. Forgot about those. The thing is like, is he not going to run? He's only not going to run if we can make the run not make sense. So maybe we can tree line HQ. If he knows the deck list, like Holloman on HQ doesn't feel very good, but I do like playing upgrades and just pretending they're better than they look. In NBN, that's a lot harder because like what NBN upgrade are you putting on HQ on turn 1? Not a lot. Here we probably just do Subliminal Credit. I generally think this deck should play Public Trail. Like we have so much single tag punishment that's actually really important that a lot of people can deal with Market Force, Opera Research, but they can't deal with Public Trail. Like Public Trail into self-growth program wins games. If this gets bounced with advancement on it, like it's so hard to play Vansalize to Hermes. All right, planogram. I don't think we can afford to draw. We just need to get an ice. Okay, that's good enough. All right, at least we've hunkered down a bit. I think we need to get the money here. Now, advanceable ice getting bounced is really difficult, so Ken probably wants to pick a lane and only tunnel that, and then once we put 3 advances on a logjam, just bounce it to hand. Half the time we're too poor to Oppo for 4, yes. We also can't afford 7 for Oppo. Ken pick the lane. It's going to be Sneak Door Beta. It's not a run event, but Ken will definitely pick a lane. You got 2 prepaids. Yeah, this is the lane. The lane's been picked. All right, we've rezzed that. That's fine. So we're glad to get that rezzed. Should we let a successful run so we can advance the logjam? No. Oh, we don't even get our thing. I've been doing Charlotte and Prov lately. I haven't tried it. I really enjoyed Charlotte and Built the Last. Charlotte's so good. What do we do here? Like we need to get an ice, but we only have like 9 more ice in the deck. So we have to hope he doesn't run and then we can get back our Subliminal. Like this is the issue where like if you have to protect against central pressure, it's hard to, you know, do your remote thing. Where we have to like never advance a fly on the wall. But then when we advance it with Prov, Hermes gets us really good. Influence is an issue. Yeah, I could see that. Yeah. Advancing Charlotte seems okay. If they run her, it's like slightly awkward because spending 2 influence on 3 credits is like, eh. But obviously if they run and they know they're giving a Charlotte counter. All right, do we advance the tree line or the logjam? This is weak to boomerang and inside job. I guess we do the logjam and hope it sticks. It probably won't. Kurapir is down. These are big barriers. I guess we have to advance that. If you ever make money this deck, you can use hollow to make those ice absolutely massive. Should we? You think we should hit the hollow man button just to make a big tree line? And say, what are you gonna do, Kurapir? Break this with money? What does it cost to break this? 5? We pay 4. Tron pays 3. Oh my god, it's here. Like with 9 credits, we can't jam behind a logjam. The only face check that's bad here is like Mess and Chesto. I know when I was playing against Foley yesterday, his version had Hydra in this list, which is cool. You only pay 4 once? No, it's true. That's true. It just makes sense. We also do pay 6, but it just makes sense. Right? Like, I don't know what to do here. We can't jam fly in the wall and beside like 3 inside job.deck. It's infinite value, yeah. Oh, you can't make these run events. Sure, you gain 6 credits, but we get an advancement. Oh, you're getting more than 6 credits. You're getting an access and trashing a Holloman. That's fine. No whammies. Oh, big whammies. Huge whammies. How did we get whammied? It was a 1 in 5. Why whammies? Don't roll R&D with your Carpe Diem. It's archives. That's fine. Is fly on the wall worth it here? In this deck, it's cool. Because the idea is that they run, you score at the fly in the wall. The problem is like fly on the wall is just inherently really not good into Hermes meta. But no one's playing no free lunch, right? If you do fly on the wall, get an advancement, and then score into a self-growth program, that's very good. Issue is all the other stuff around it. And the fact that we can barely res our ice. Is it though? I don't know. Fun card. You gotta put something in the remote if you want to. Yeah, we have to bait it out. The problem is like we should have done maybe a Holloman. But here we're just gonna get hammered on centrals. I would love to advance this. I think we have to make centrals better. I think Tron's gonna ignore the remote server. Should you just play public trail and not have to do 3-3-1s? Yeah, I think so. But it works well with Prov and it works well with cohort. But I hear you. We res this now. We'll shuffle back. Oops, all Holloman. Like, we just need engender interaction. If we lose this Holloman, I think we're okay with it. This logjam will come in with 2 power counters. So Kurapira breaks it for 4. And then Kurapira charges. Whatever the weakest link is, Kurapira gets good value from it. Because eventually tree line gets bypassed. So it's always like, you know, buy 2, get 1 free. Or sorry, buy 3, get 1 free. You're okay with it because you're just all of them at the same time? Classic into Earthrise, a lot of cards in hand. Feels good. I started trying out, I can never remember the name of the neutral card that draws. About to make a high skill cap play. Let's go. Place an advancement. If we advance one of these, let's make the tree line better. It's Rashida. Buy 3, get 1 free classic tire deal? Is that what they actually do? I don't think I've bought tires. That's a good deal. Buy 4, get 1 free is even better. Because then you need to have 3 other friends come in for it to make any sense. Corbett gets 3 counters. Every berry just looks the worst ice to res. It does, but you have to eat it. Hey, Nana. I think Toronto was saying like 1,000 agenda looks bad. Shibboleth. Okay, that's okay. Oh, that's true. You get the spare tire. That's sick. I think spare tires are not normal tires, right? We're like, this is our life, I guess? Yeah, Nana's on the bed. My partner knitted a sweater, and so she just washed it, and then she has to lay it out. Because she has this board that you pin it in just so that it dries without stretching. And Nana loves just like a wet sweater. Like, I cannot imagine a more uncomfortable thing to like sleep on. And she just loves it. I don't think she should be sitting in a wet environment. Like, that just sounds like a disaster potentially. But she'll just sit there in the wet sweater. And we're like, we probably shouldn't be there. Hey, we have boomerang protection. You actually have to pay. Oh, it's on HQ. We're totally fine with that. We're fine with this. I thought you were going to go for the remote server. Oh, it's going to be a diversion? Oh, Debbie. Yeah, cool. Depends on the car. A lot of them are like donuts that can't fit under the trunk. Cat on wet sweater seems like a recipe for a lot of cat hairs on a freshly laundered sweater. Yeah, but that's going to happen no matter what here. Oops, market forces. So this is why you do fly on the wall, right? The question is, will we have a big enough punishment, or can you just run the logjam? The answer is you can run the logjam, because the only thing you're worried about here is sentries. And admittedly, the deck is on Sadievna, but like, you can get through here. Yeah, like, why not just run everything? Because the ice in the deck isn't that good, unless logjam scales really well. And now we're going to lose this advanced logjam. We might have made a mistake. I feel like we're totally flailing. Okay, at least we can oppo for 2. I guess we oppo for 2. So what does this cost to break? 5. That seems doable. Have 2 tanks, I guess? Like, maybe this is a fork. Now, if Tron doesn't run, we get subliminal. If Tron makes a successful run, we get fly on the wall. So if we res Hermes, we run out of money. I guess we have to, though. Why does he have 8 credits? Oh, Carpe Diem, right? Yeah, Carpe Diem is like +6. Yeah, this is bad. With Hermes, it's almost like you need some way to force a run R&D so you can res. Yeah, we got it, luckily. Unfortunately, we don't have a way to score out here. Oh, Mystic too. Yeah, prepaid Mystic. Like, all of these are just going to be free run events. Yeah, the log game's res now. So now every run actually does scale us outside of Kurapura in a pretty meaningful way. So we just need to force issues. I don't know if we're going to get punished by putting an unice cohort. I don't think we are going to. But like, as soon as we put the advancement on the fly in the wall, like, that's where Tron knows to run. To Kobe. Oh, that's bad. Hallman archives for the confusion factor is pretty sick, actually. So we will cohort. Add subliminal, yes. So what, do I want to throw out the market forces, or do I want to throw out the subliminal? Honestly, I want to throw out the subliminal. We might get diversion, but it's a pretty big tree line. Okay, well, now we have 2 subliminal. Now we look silly. I feel like we've only drawn the Wayland dice 2 games in a row now. Yes. But the deck doesn't have a lot of ice. It's weird that we've drawn the Wayland stuff, but it's on 5 Wayland dice. And then like 1 magnet, I think, and then only 4 NBN ice. So what do we want to ice up? That's fine. We can play that. Like something like this, I think. Are we weak to diversion? Slightly weak to diversion, but it's still very expensive. Takobi works with Kurapura relatively well. Sure gamble for a lot. This is the thing. It's like, we don't advance this. Okay, this is being run. So we'll see how expensive this is. Who is it more expensive for? At least we'll be on Oppo. It's a message Chesto. It's not advanced. We'd love to have advanced it. It's pretty expensive though. Cool. Mind you, Takobi's charging, so these runs provide a fair bit of economy. That's not good. We get to advance something. So now Kurapura breaks anything for free, so I'm gonna just advance the message Chesto. There's no bounce, which is sick. Oh, the Holloman has to get bounced. That's fine. We don't want to res it. Tron's down. Oh, that was a Bravado. Okay, so there's actually a lot of money there. Waking plan. So now going HQ is difficult. There's only one good HQ run here. I'm not too worried about the Waking plan. It's hard to get value from this. Holloman. Oh, the one trashable. Come on. Mandatory. We'll trash a subliminal. Help. I don't know what to do. Everything is rubbish. We feel like we're so far behind constantly. Oh no. To be fair, Holloman, we haven't had the money to do Holloman. It's just, it would be nice to put something in the remote server instead of Tron Sweats. Right? I just want to put something in the remote server. Draw. Credit. Like, if we don't progress the game. Like, these ice actually do suck. There should be an achievement for stealing 3 fly on the wall. Yeah, I actually didn't notice that. Imagine hitting threat 3 with just flies. That's so cool. So the deck still has 7 agendas and 28. Gotta draw. Yeah, we probably should have drawn once there. We have a window. It's just I don't feel like we have windows against. This is going to be turn after turn after turn of like +3 economy runs. Or like every run event is like +4 credits. Yeah, we probably should have drawn there to jam once. I think you're right. But like this is getting +4 credits every turn. Like I don't know how we can compete. We have to make this bigger. Yeah, we had a top deck and like maybe get a Rashido. But we also do need money. Oh, that's sick. Oh, I wish we had something to jam though. If we had something to jam, that'd be sick. Can also just Glacier up, yeah. I think we do that. Only 12 cards left in the stack. Yeah, you'll run out of money. Just double YDL here. I think you're right. We can double YDL and hold on a turn. We discard. The Magnet eventually gets good into Shibboleth. Like, he will run out of steam, I'm pretty sure. Market Forces seems less good than Self-Growth Program. I don't know, but like, imagine we could public trail. Like, here's, if that we had a public trail into Self-Growth Program and we could return Debbie, we could return like the Charged Awaken Plant. It feels so much better than Oppo. I don't know. I think public trail is underplayed, but no one's playing like no free lunch, right? How expensive is this? It's like the 3rd and the 4th one are obviously good. Not a Debbie run? So if we don't run, we get back Subliminals. That feels good. So it's just a Debbie run here. Yeah, okay. So how much does it cost? This costs 7. Still pretty good. Now Debbie makes some of that back. We need to. I think we're way worried about this. Now Awaken Plant can see 3, can win the game. We're gonna dump all of it. Okay. Crypto Crash, Hermes, no bounce. Has obviously blown a money. Trash the Hollow Men. So that's all the Hollow Men out. Still waiting on some Spin Doctors. Knows he doesn't have to run for the next couple. Knows that we drew a cohort too, which like we're fine with that. Getting Logjam to 5 strength will help as it pushes past base to Kobe. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, it gets us up to 4. It's only 1 credit, so I don't actually think it's a huge difference. Deck is hollowed out. So we can put this on archives, I guess. Like, what are we more worried about running? Because Tron now will run every couple turns. Any sentries? We have 2 Tsarevna somewhere. Shibboleth is a 1 strength. Your plan worked. It is good. It is definitely good. I think we do like, we don't have to ice up archives, I don't think. So we'll put this on HQ. Stacking barriers is actually kind of bad to curve here because you just break the cheap one and then you break the big one. So you don't want to stack barrier. Why archives? So it's hard to play run events, but I don't think it actually matters. I think we just do this. Like maybe we get the cohort in the remote server. We probably should. There's no cheap barriers now. We have no ice in the bin. So Logjam's okay. Yeah, we can do this. I think he knows what this is though, and we'll probably get pinholed. But he knew that we drew this, so I feel like this play is a bit sus. I just don't think he has to do anything here. If he eats a pinhole on this, we're happy. But like he can still just run this. And we haven't seen any inside jobs, but like I honestly think the deck's on no inside jobs. Oh, it has Ash and Epilogue. It's in the bin. Did he throw that out? Oh my god, he just hushed a tree line. Well, we had a good run, y'all. We had a great run. He has hush. Okay. That's cool. That only saves 5 credits. Like Ash was hit by Wake? Oh, whoa. Some risk there. Yeah, there's no way he threw that out. That makes way more sense. What is the interaction with Hush and Magnet? Hush wins. The interaction is Hush wins. All right, now Kurapir is charged. Yeah, Hush wins, I think, on everything. I don't think there's anything Hush doesn't win. Actually, the things that Hush doesn't win are if it gets installed on things that have already fired. So for instance, like if you res a Stavka and trash something and then you Hush it, Stavka will still be at 7 strength. I'm not fully equipped to explain why that is. It's now a bit more intuitive. Does Magnet at least steal the Hush? Magnet can steal the Hush, but then the Hush blanks the Magnet. So yeah, if I res the Magnet, I can eat the Hush. But you can still move Hush around with a click. A lot of people forget that. You can move a Hush around. Like, resing this cohort's actively bad for us. Imagine we had a public trail. Hush loses Soraka Blade. There's a couple ones that Hush loses to. Like, Hush loses to, well, Archer. We have to trash the Hush. Get out of our game. That's right. My Kingdom for Public Trail, yes. And maybe you know something about the list, but yeah, Public Trail is gonna be sick. The thing is, like, can we survive 4 X's on R&D? Maybe we should have got Spin Doctor on the table so we can shuffle cards back into the deck. I think we did just break lock, or we will. Yeah, we just broke lock because cohort drew a card and mandatory drew a card. So it's 4 cards on R&D. The question is, can Tron get in there with Bologna credits? Include Archer just to punish preemptive Hush. I've seen it happen. I've seen Archers get hushed in Ari. Especially because you play in like outfit, and like outfit you want to preemptively Hush stuff so they can't get bad publicity, which is weird because in Ari you're kind of happy with some amount of bad publicity but not 4, and then you res an Archer for free. It's kind of sick. 4 cards in stack, almost there. I'm not convinced we can beat Click for Credit because like we have I guess we get our Holloman back in and that's maybe a way, but I don't think we beat Click for Credit. Shame Prophet can put on unadvanceable so you can bait the Hush on bad eyes. Yeah. But it's only gonna survive 1 click. Let's go. Okay, how do we win? I had an Archer on stream before, not the first moment. Yeah, it happens. It happens to everyone. So we have to just survive R&D. Server 1, okay. Server 1. Like, I don't think he can run that. But, like, we still have to score 7 points. Like, we have still the most amount of work you can imagine. At least it's only a 20-minute game. Yeah, there you go. Oh, nice. 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 Sick. Oh, wait, we can't score that. Never mind. Realize you're still at 0? Yeah, you and me both. You and I both. Like, I still think we lose to Click to Credit. Like, it is honestly that simple. This logjam breaks for free. Mest and Chesfos are actually expensive. This is 8. This is 8. Like, can't do anything. Like, it's not a good play. You're getting the Crypto Crash Hermes, not if we advance it. But yeah, no matter what, I think he doesn't run the remote server. He just runs R&D. So it doesn't really matter what we do here. If we advance it, he can always run it. If we don't advance it, he just runs R&D and sees. Like, there's nothing that keeps him at R&D, right? And he sees 4. Like, the best we can do here is Spin Doctor and just shuffle cards back in. But, like, he wins on a single agenda. 3 for Magnet. Love it. And even if we draw a Spin Doctor, he whiffs. Like, he'll start going HQ. Oh, is he actually breaking this? I think this is... It's only 3 credits, I guess. Why not? I thought he'd bypass it. All right. Get back in there. Go, my minions. Go, tree line. Go, planogram. We'll keep the Spin Doctor. It's cool. Spin, spin, spin. Nah, we're not going to full spin. We could full spin, but like we have to use the spin to get in Holloman. Yeah, that's fine. I don't think it really changes that much. We could spin in, but we have to spin in Holloman. They're trashables. If we lose the Holloman, we still lose. A good game. I would say that's the farthest from close. Like, I just don't know. The deck is ice. I don't think ice does anything. Yeah, it's inevitable. We still have a lot of points in there. If we added 2 more cards, maybe we could survive, actually. Maybe 2 more cards is enough. We have to shuffle in 2 Holloman. If he whiffs there, how bad is it? Then he runs HQ. HQ cost him nothing to run twice. We might have a chance. It's just, I don't think we do. We still have to score to 7. Thanks for the game, eh? Anyways, Let's try and build an arguably worse deck. Let's build Amelia. Okay, hold on. I need to share a link. We have some news really quickly. Some actually really cool news. Let me just grab something that I forgot to copy paste from Discord. 1 second. Maybe there's a chance the Hollow Man and just like advancing the ice was okay. I think as soon as you advance the remote, I can challenge it. Oh, 100%. Yeah, this is not. Yeah, as soon as we put advancement on this, he just runs it, right? Like even if this whiffs, he runs this, right? This is, what is it? 3 for strength. Sometimes with Tokobi less. Lose 3, lose 3. This breaks for free. Like it's not bulletproof. Arguably worst deck is a great deck name. Okay, hold on. So let me get this link in. I'll share it in chat. I'm pretty sure in chat I share it as like restream bot. Is that what it shows up in? That's not great. I need public trail. Or yeah, an early fly to stick. But when you Hermes turn 1, feel like we're just rolling the die on that. Can't believe you don't play Inside Job. Yeah, he doesn't play Inside Job. It might be defensible, but like 3 Inside Job and Ken feels so easy to me. It is Econ. Inside Job's an Econ card. You break most ice for more than 2 credits. I don't know. A lot of times it is early. Like, do you have to break an MIC in the early game? Okay. Do you want to install your breaker and break it for 6? No, you Inside Job. It's Econ. Hey, criminal. That's fair. That's fair. Cool. So the link that I shared is this link. NSG product playtesting. NSG is preparing right now for Dawn. It is the upcoming set. It's one of the most important sets of all time. The FFG is going to rotate out all this year. And what's going to be is Dawn. It's going to replace all the FFG cards all at once. It's going to be a smaller card pool, but it's also meant to be like a very structural card pool. The next thing you buy after System Gateway that supports all factions. And that's really, really quite cool. Now, very importantly, hold on. I just want to duck. Oh, by Tron. Very importantly, playtesting is open to anyone. I've said this before, I'll say it again, but playtesting is not something that's very specifically meant to be attracting like the sweatiest, number crunching competitive grinders. If you look at playtesting and think playtesting is not for me, I don't even know how to play Netrunner functionally. I'm very bad. I play a startup only meta. My friends and I don't know if we know the rule set. Like, that's totally fine, because legitimately you are the most people. There's a lot of people like you, and it has to make sense that this set makes sense for you. This needs to be your favorite set. And so NSG is making a very big effort. From my understanding, they said they put in a lot of stuff in place to make sure that playtesting is as accessible and as you know, friction free as it can get. So if you're interested in seeing some of the new sets and getting your input in there for any level of quality and style of play, please hit this form up. You'll find the link in the description if you're not watching this live. Otherwise, I did post it in chat and you can fill this out. How much time are you required to interact? How can you play test? All those questions, I honestly can't fully answer. I know there's very generous minimums if you want to come in and just grind a couple games and give your feedback. I think the only thing that NSG really asks of you is just don't be a shithead. Just be respectable, which shouldn't be a problem, but just be respectable when you're giving your feedback to folks. They say like, did you not like this? Explain how. Did you like this? Explain how. Like, you just don't want to be, you know, antagonistic anywhere. Otherwise, I think that's mostly it. For as little time, as much time as you want to put in, I know you can play on their private JNet servers. I know you can print and play. So there's a lot of ways to make this make sense for you. And I have no doubt it's actually very quite exciting. So I'm going to be a combo. I'm going to get a combo Rashida and NGO and Dawn. I have no idea if you want it. Do you think we're going to get some card with exposure in Dawn? Like expose? Maybe. Expose is something that's been like kind of core to Netrunner for a long time. There was a lot of expose in ONR. There was a couple, like at least one, there was a couple, I think two exposed cards in the original Netrunner core set. Those cards weren't often played. I personally think expose is kind of a bummer. I think the coolest thing about Netrunner is not knowing what's in the server. the only exposed card, maybe not the only, actually there's like one or two bad, really unplayably bad ones, but the only like I think playable exposed card is falsified credentials. We have also seen pinhole threading, which is functionally exposed in kind of a weird way, but this card at least is a bit fun because it's a bit of a gamble and you have to kind of guess, and that does seem fun. But the sort of like, what was the original core exposed card called? Access to global sec? No. What is the original card? Not this. Hold on, it's like 2 cards over. Wait, what? Oh no, it's an event. It's 2 cards the other way. There's no NSG with expose, yeah. I don't think it's that big of a deal. Infiltration, yeah. You should have been more careful, yeah. You should have been more careful. It's a really funny ONR card. But this was an original core set. And new players love this card. And I don't mean that in like a derogatory way. I think that's actually fantastic. New players are scared to interact and they love cards like this because it gives them the information. So they're like, oh, I know what this ice is, I can interact. Now that is a hurdle. The more you play, the more you realize you should just interact. We are going to have some deck dives up recently on 419, and actually getting the expose from 419, I cherish. There are a lot of board states where understanding the ice on HQ is worth way more than 1 credit away from the corporation. For those who don't know, 419 says the first install is exposed unless you pay a credit. And knowing there's a mess and chess on HQ that costs 5 to res and X to break is way more important a lot of times than 1 fewer credit for the corporation. Tron, good game, by the way. So I don't know. I think a game with a lot of expose just takes the kind of the magic out of Netrunner, where like if you know what every card on the table is, you know, we're not playing Netrunner the way it's intended. So maybe we could. I think we could. And I think NSG has done some really cool stuff redesigning some stuff. Maybe there is a cool infiltration, like a run event that is like, if successful run, like if infiltration says make a run, if successful expose a card and cost 1, right? Like there's ways to make it make more sense. And that card actually could be playable in run-based engines and Ken, or, you know, whatever you imagine here. Ken won't be around any much longer. Gotta run Zaibatsu loyalty to keep the OP infiltration down. Zaibatsu also has like the really weird term. Like the English in Zaibatsu is really funny. It's like when they're about to, don't. When the runner's about to expose. I just think that's so funny. About to expose a card, you don't. This was also an ONR card with different slightly numbers. The art on this is like way more anime than a lot of other Netrunner cards. This is very notably interesting Netrunner art. Anywho, I don't know. I think expose is neat. It seems kind of core to Netrunner, but it's hard. If it's generalist expose, I'm not sure if I'm happy. No reprint silhouette. Oh yeah, silhouette's kind of cool, right? Sometimes silhouette dies on turn 1. Yeah, I totally forgot silhouette existed. And there's a lot of cards like this too, like the original Code Cracker, the Lumeria Code Cracker. These are all like kind of reprints of ONR cards too, where it's like pay a credit after you run. Like this is just not worth the money. Like install this for 1 run HQ, pay a credit to expose a card. Seems powerful and like sealed. Or like these are the sort of cards that I want when I'm playing against Empire or Nova, you know? Neoprint Blackguard. Oh man, Blackguard genuinely though, it's like the sort of card that I'd love to play in Eternal if it wasn't like unplayable in Eternal. Because there is so much better expose in like since then, right? Like imagine playing Deuce's Wild Blackguard. Oh man, that'd be really fun. Am I in the minority in wanting some mill support? No, but Sabotage is mill support. I honestly liked, what's it called? Data leak reversal. It's kind of my jam. I like data leak reversal. Like I do like mill, but I think NSG has been doing a lot more to make mill a bit more interactive. Things like Sabotage specifically, things like Sebastio's mythical text, as opposed to things like noise. And I think it is better. It is a bit more skill testing and feels a bit more fair. So I like that. I think we're going to see cards that are less just rip from the top and more like make decisions and rip from somewhere. Laramie Fisk reprint. There is a lot of cardboards printed to support Laramie Fisk and none of it works. And it's a fun archetype. Akataro is super anime. Yes, Akataro is also super anime. I have a soft spot for Akataro. I was really happy with my, it's also Mike Nesbitt, mind you. Mike Nesbitt, the other art too. Oh, Mike Nesbitt did some really cool stuff. Explodapalooza is also like very notably different art style than a lot of other Netrunner cards, but it looks like it's a film. So maybe like very cool style. Noise can be reprinted with Sabotage. Yeah, well, we did get Noise reprinted with Sabotage. It's Augustina. So we have it. Wizard Chess Blackguard, let's go. Yeah, right. I think Fisk Investment Seminar was really cool. Fisk Investment Seminar was really cool. And there's a lot of like design space like this we could see explored. Like Fisk Investment Seminar was really cool. Gang Sign was less cool for obvious reasons, but Fisk Investment Seminar is probably one of my favorite Netrunner cards of all time. Some metas was the worst thing to do, but you can make decks where this is one of the best things to do. It is super annoying. All the slander for DLR did nothing wrong. I like DLR. I just don't think a lot of people like DLR. I have an alt art for Fisk despite only playing last year for some reason. Was there a Fisk alt art? Wait, what? Probably like a community one. Like for Laramie himself or for like this card? This card didn't have an alt art, did it? Gang Sign, my beloved. Yeah, Gang Sign's rough. OJPP VP with the anime style. Prepaid voice pad, the original art is really great. I got blown out of CL by a triple gang sign one time. Yeah, triple gang sign stack the other ones. Yeah, this one, there's some like ones that have notably strange art. What is the card where there's what's his face? Exile sitting on a bench holding a photo. Oh, it's Fisk. I don't think I've seen that. IPO all had Fisk if I recalled. Not IPOs. Wasn't no, my motivation. That's it. I was like, it's why he's running. Yeah, this one also has like very different art style. There's like a couple cards that jump out for like notably having weirder art styles. Huge shout out also for like Steel Skin Scarring for being very strange art style, but like, and I don't mean that like bad. It's really good, but this looks very different than everything else, and it's very good. The Keanu meme. There's one that's like the Office handshake, but that's Peace in Our Time, right? We need Data Dealer to deal with Nightmare Archives. I don't think we're that far anymore. 2018 Store Championship fixed. Wait, what? Sad Keanu? I don't think it is. I think it predates it. There's a Laramie Fisk. There's no Laramie. What? Oh, it's a... Okay, that was a bad search. Do I know what this is? Oh, yeah. I have these. Okay, I totally forgot this was made. Yeah, Fisk on a stage. Very cool. Very cool. The rest of the FFG stuff is rotating soon. I wonder if Energy decides to reprint a Rashida, what it looks like, assuming it's similar to Jackson Heritage Spin Doctor. I think so. The big question is like whether it's going to be influenced, what faction, stuff like that. Earlier this year, we had the Sunset format, and there's a lot of testing to figure out, you know, like what does a format look missing these, you know, key cards. One of them was Rashida. I can't speak on behalf of FFG. I don't know what data they've got. I don't know what the feedbacks look like. I didn't communicate any feedback besides what you can glean publicly from streams, but I missed Rashida because Rashida accelerated the game in a way that made you click for credits less and made you do the less interesting stuff. And I felt like I didn't do a good job, mind you, swing the economy on my deck to replace the big Rashida hole in it, the card draw hole in it. And that was my problem. So it would take me a bit more time, but I generally think Rashida is fun. I remember trying so hard to make a Cell Portal Infinite. There is a Cell Portal Infinite. It does exist. With FFG rotation, I really need to unload my sealed R&R. Jesus. How much does it go for? I feel like the price on a lot of that stuff tanked for good reason. Other news, mind you. Talk about alt arts. 2024 H2 circuit kit. Hey, Nick did the write-up on this. Nick's a local. Shout out Nick. Hey to all you wonderful runners and devious corporations. We are pleased to announce the 2042 H2 circuit opener kit is now available. You can order it via our online store until May 17th. Wait, that's not that long. That's 2 weeks. Okay, we're going to be ordering one of these. I think this is the kit we're using for the NPC event, but I'm not sure. I'll double check. There'll be a more price support on top of it. Our 2 version kit, basic and boosted. So, what do you get? See how they run playmat. I think Nick was saying this is the first Jinteki playmat since Blood in the Water. It's been a really long time. This art is fantastic. Seeing this art this big is fantastic. Very, very good art. We also have Treeline, full art. Yeah, that card does see enough play. That's really cool. And then we have Tranquility Home Grid, a card that genuinely was on my list of cards that definitely need an altered, because that card sees a lot of play, and it's one of the older Ashes art, which some of the Ashes art I don't think holds up as well. I want to see full art what this is exactly. It looks like it's very small, whether that's a projection of the grid itself, because clearly there's a person around here. I can't tell exactly what it is, but it looks like some sort of like mapping. Very, very cool. Very, very cool. All this virtual signaling for running. How about the Wonder Corporations and Devious Runners? With FFG rotation, I really need to figure out what to do with my large collection of FFG prizes. Need to trade them with Eternal Sickles for more modern prizes from a meta. Yes, Lucille. Also, a lot of people still like getting prizes that are not in standard cards or FFG cards. Like, players play whatever meta they have. So going to events and be like, oh, here's a, you know, like Black Orchestras or whatever you have lying around. Like, people still appreciate it. Mind you, good for cubes, stuff like that if you do play like limited formats. It's a projection on the grid. There's a larger image up on ABR. Oh, sick. Okay. I'd like to see that larger, but that looks really nice. This is Vitaly Ostachenko, right? Yeah, Vitaly Ostachenko. Very sick. Treeline, mind you, Polongi we've seen before with Scott Minga. It's incredibly colorful. This I got at Worlds 2022 in Toronto. They do that often, repackaging some of the older art promos from events you might not have been able to appear at, admittedly in smaller quantities. That's a really nice kit. That's a really, really quite nice kit. Very colorful, very cool cards across factions. I've become an eternal sicko. Really want all the Ben Gilletti arts on mats. Yes. Oh, there's a lot of good art from the set to have on a mat. Like I'm imagining, my bet is the world's champion mat this year will be Holloman. I would bet good money that the world champion art this year is Holloman. I don't see anything else. The Scott Minga Plongi is gorgeous. It's so colorful. It's really, really cool. And it has that sort of like Scott Yuminga, what's it called? When it's divided in half, you can fold it over. There's a word for that. It's okay. He knows all his words. I think that's it for news, if I'm not mistaken. It's 11 o'clock. Are we really going to build a Padma deck? Do we have time? We have to. It's the title of the stream. Let's do it. NBN champ Matt 2 years in a row? Yes. Yeah. But you think Holloman's not going to be on a champ, Matt? There's no way. Not sure if you said it yet, but an NPC Boston ABR is updated. We're having a side event with rotated cards allowed. Oh yeah, I was told that you can have a like one play set. Let's pull that up. That's soon. I really need to sort out if I can go down for that. Trying to figure out what all ABR stands for. So an NBC Boston's coming up. It's less than a month away. Mind you, it's May. It's 3 weeks away. Daria's running it. It's on the 25th, so it needs to go a bit further than this. And that looks like a killer event. It is technically not in Boston. It's like slightly further south in Copenhagen, in apparently Norden. So check that out. So there's more details on here about the other formats. Yes, there should be articles also on the NPC website. They're pretty good at updating those. Really hope there's some NPC right before Worlds. There should be. There's a big chance the Montreal NPC might be the last of the season, but I think San Francisco NPC might, like, I don't know. Does San Francisco NPC want to happen like a week before Worlds for those who are already there? I don't know. There's some cool things you can do. The most important part of a champ, Matt, is that it's intimidating to sit across from. No shot that the most intimidating card in RWR isn't Holloman. What's the least intimidating card from the set? Okay, we have to make a decision. If we're making the Amelia Earhart deck, are we going to do the Shaper deck? Let's do a really quick and sloppy Shaper deck, which is the hardest one to build. I think the easiest direct thing is to play Mercury and just like send central pressure and then just get the Amelia Earhart to fire and hope that's good for us. But the Shaper one is the one that requires nuance and is also very difficult to build. Excuse me, because you run out of influence very quickly. So we'll try that. Least intimidating is Cohort Guidance. No, that one's pretty intimidating. That one's really sinister. That card in full art, in full resolution on a playmat would be pretty good. I think actually that's a really good one on a playmat. Got that rainbow in the background. Sick. All right, let's build Ari. The other option, we do Padma. And if we do Padma, it's like pretty straightforward. But I think then we have to bounce off of R&D. We haven't played a Padma for a while. We have to bounce off of R&D and then just win the game through HQ, which means likely we have to play like Beatrice. Lago Shelter for least intimidating. Oh my God, yes. Lago Shelter is anti-intimidating. Even just like Strike Fund is like just a nice handshake between good friends and family. What was it, 2022, Matt? It was Paladin, I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure it's Paladin. Coalescence has, yeah, negative intimidation factor. Muse is like a really good playmat. Medium intimidation factor. Lago is an RNWR? No. 22 was Blood in the Water, but Paladin was a champ mat, yeah. Blood in the Water is, you still see those. Like, people still play with that one. It's a sick playmat. I was played against that recently a couple times. I think I mentioned Runner. All right, we're doing Padma. Why? Because we want to put a bird in it. Which bird? This bird. This bird. It's Amelia Earhart. So, we can't charge it unless there's a charge. Anawitic was 21? Oh, yeah. The online Worlds playmats, I think I've seen less of those because they're more spread out. Warm Reception, pretty unintimidating? Yes. Working Prototype is a good playmat. Working Prototype is actually a really fun playmat. Oh, man. Hearts and Minds, though. Any day, Hearts and Minds. Get Hearts and Minds on a playmat, NSG. Oh, my God. That's a sick playmat. I'm late, but I'm here for the Shaper Birds. JM, we're late for the Shaper Birds, so... Sokka's right up. Yeah, everyone autographed the Paladin. I was pretty sure it was a companion. I think Paladin makes sense. I think the picture's up on Sokka's deck list if you search up Sokka's deck list from that year. Okay. 3 is a lot. It's unique. 3 is a lot. Now, what happens when the corp doesn't have money? We need to pivot away from this and win off Essentials. 22, not 21. Years are hard since COVID. I'm not sure, Solomir. Which year? Yeah, Paladin was 2022. It was in Toronto. You were there. Lobby's a top cut. Matt would be sick. Lobby's good too. Yeah. I was bringing Padma Amelia, but I'm too addicted to putting World Tree in decks. Odds are we get a third Sokka. I wouldn't bet against it. Depends how, like, he's still grinding. He's still competitively playing. There's a bunch of other players that are like I don't think I can bet on Bridgman anymore because Bridgman's like, I'm done playing competitively. So I think you can bet for Sokka. Okay, so the idea is that we want Amelia Earhart consistently. We can tutor it for 5 influence. That's pretty bad. Can we play Spark Padma? I think we're going to play non-Spark Padma. I think, okay. Padma, good. Labisomiu, good. Orca, good. I like playing other programs though, and I want to try it. I think there's a chance that you can actually play these by playing like Rigging Up. and just getting them on the table. Rigging up has a lot of value in the deck. Now, Cataloger doesn't exactly work, but we also can just play like Twinning in this deck and use Twinning as like a cromulent charge target or Awaken Plant and have that as a cromulent charge target. There's a chance. My money is Tuno or Man the Moon. Yeah, Tuno is a very good choice too. I don't know like which players are going to Worlds yet. Like I wish there was a registry so you could, you know, get your betting in. I'm betting on the upset QTM victory that we bring the new Healing Gag Infusion, but keep it secret the whole meta. The problem is that the set, I don't think Dawn is legal for Worlds. So if there's something secret, it has to stay secret for a while. I don't like playing Spark of Inspiration. I do think paying Lobotomy for 5 is fine. Melandra Gem is the first charge of Melium. Not really. Doesn't do anything, does it? I think Melandra Gem is good, but you have to build your whole deck around it because the text on Melandra Gem is incredibly restricting. I think there are good or like playable Melandra Gem Captain Padma decks. I don't think it's this deck. There's just way too many things we need to do already. Because like we already need to figure out how to make 3 multi-axis on HQ, and the only way we can do it largely immediately is legwork. Rigging up 100% works. My Kiko is a little poor, but Padma should be able to afford it. No spark. Yeah, I think so. The question though is like you have to draw into it, and that's not great. But like we have to kind of do that. Because we have to get the pressure off of Amelia immediately. Are we going to play Daig? F it. Why not? So we'll play Nuka 3x. So if we want to play environmental testing, which I think we have a reason to do. I think Twinning is the move, yeah, but then we have to figure out how to charge Twinning. Like, what are they doing when they don't have Trident credits? Can we run HQ repeatedly? Remy? I don't know what Remy is. Cupulation instead of legwork. I don't want, like, it's so important that we set up Amelia fast. I don't want it to be multiple steps. Let alone is Cupulation 2 influence? Yeah, but like, I don't want to pay 3 credits for a legwork when we can just send a legwork. Twinning and prepaid Shaper? Yeah, I think that probably works well together. And we can charge Twinning with Padma, which is great. So let's just play prepaid Shaper. Then I guess we are playing Spark, huh? I love a bit of Ches with Twinning. You don't see Ches out of faction. It's just a lot of influence. But like, not bad at all. 2 credits a turn is fine. It's just like, it's kind of comparable to Companions in terms of the economy you get from that. Or like you can even just like argue that, I don't know, maybe Trojans are about the same amount of value. Depending on how the timing works, can you pay off prepaid for a run event, charge Twinning, then Padma charge Twinning and instantly get your 3? Yes. 100% yes. Yes, because you play the event initiates the run. So when you play the event, Twinning gets charged and then Padma hits the charge too. Because you pay the cost of the event first, where you take the credit off and then charge the Twinning. So you're actually right. When you run R&D with an event, you should be able to get 3 counters. No, 2 counters, right? Depending on the works, can you pay off prepaid for a run event, charge Twinning, then Padma charge, get your 3? Yeah, 3 axes is 2 counters. Yeah, we're on the same page. I personally think Mantle Twinning more in Shaper because it charges twice as fast. I think that's more useful in practice. Yeah, it's the problem is like if we're playing Spark of Inspiration, we can't play Mantle. See, Stone Ship. I honestly don't know how I feel about Stone Ship. I think you have to play Stone Ship because you're playing Amelia. But like Stone Ship feels so soft to me. This is also where I don't know how much like R&D pressure can we play. Like, should we play Spark? Not Spark. Should we play Trick Shot? Because they're going to ice up R&D really well, right? Like that's going to happen. It's just going to happen. I guess we still do though. And we play like a Pretty Mary. So we do Trick Shot, 3x. Obviously play all the good stuff. Sure Gamble, Diesel, Dirty Laundry, Creative Commission. We should play the prepaids. Do we need a simul chip? Maybe. Trick Shot's very good in Padma. It is, for sure. It's doing the thing we want to do anyway, so why the heck not? We're almost have a deck here. What are we missing that's like functionally important? Stone Ship, we need a console. What's our console? Endurance? Is it endurance? Should we play 2 Lobotomy? We don't need to. Anacom, look at all those events. Oh yeah, it's Anacom. That's pretty unarguable. Room for burner, yeah, why not? Is this enough breakers? Do we need to play an Ashen? Maybe we don't. So we're definitely missing like really good resources here. So how much money is this? Is this enough money? So we could play Telearch if we wanted to. I feel like the Daig is so extra. Mutual favor? No, we don't want to draw our breakers. Is this fine? We have... Is this the deck? Was it that easy? Did we just mash out all the events we remember the name of? Do we want a pretty? I guess we do want a pretty. But then maybe we should run more run events. The problem is like if we play Jailbreak, it doesn't do anything off of R&D unless we also hit Trick Shot. Casts into environmental. Oh, we don't want environmental testing, that's for sure. We have 2 programs. So let's not do that. We don't need immune. The draw's pretty incredible. No. Into the Depths. Oh, Into the Depths is cool, but like we're not actually using this text. Oh, Charge is good text though. Wait a second. That's incredible. Okay. Stoneship, Nuka, Daily Cast, Dag. Dag is like so suspect in this deck, but what are we gonna do? Like in theory, we should have a cataloger, but how do we make pretty better for us? Like we probably should just play Maker's Eye. And say not to have a cataloger, Jeremy, we can't have a cataloger because we have twinning and then we have Amelia. So we just want like multi-axis. Do you need more HQ pressure than legwork? No, I don't think so. 2 legwork is already a lot. I think that's fine. We have legwork and a burner. That's like a lot of HQ pressure. So what are we cutting? Rigging up we don't need. You don't need 3 axes of Trick Shot and ironically maybe Jailbreak for many. Yeah, Jailbreak's hard though. Cataloger plus twinning can be good. It can be, but like we want Amelia to be the star of the deck, not just like cataloger wins. Pretty seems not bad with Trick Shot twinning. Yeah, it doesn't seem terrible. Like this is where I would want to put a Beatrice in. I think we put a Beatrice in. That was kind of the plan, right? Like if they ice up R&D heavily, like we Beatrice them and that works. 2 into the depth, 3 is overkill. Yeah, that seems very fair. Maybe even 3 is overkill. Maybe 2 is overkill. Is Overclock really good? I think Overclock's actually still really good. I think Overclock's better than Into the Depths. Yeah, it is. See, Cataloger's anti-Amelia plan. Yeah, that's the only problem. I think Overclock's very, very good still. 47, we need to cut this down because inherently the deck is has a very important draw spark before it does anything plan. I'll take up the Sackers list, but 3 Trick Shot, 3 Jailbreak Makers makes me really love 3 Pretty Mary. Yeah, but we're in twinning. We're in twinning. I don't love putting that much R&D pressure, mind you, in maybe we should. Cut 1 console. It's so good, though. I don't think you do. I think this is exactly the reason why we cut the rest of the deck so we get a console in every opening hand. We probably cut Dag. We have Orca. That seems absurd. 2 is plenty, 2 is not plenty. The sooner you get it, the better you are. It's like an engine piece. Like draw a card versus not draw a card is a different game altogether. 1 AR over Ashen. We're hoping not to play the Ashen. We broke the corp. What's the plan to exploit it? I don't know. Twinning, Beatrice, hopefully. Them not having money is inherently okay, but it's not like we have Conduit and to close the game out, which we would do if we did Arasana. It's just a harder deck to build in like 10 minutes. So this hand is not great, but we'll keep it. Draw, credit, daily cast. We're doing great. Also 1F step to rely on. That's okay. No rigging up. It's great on Anakom. Plus, okay, be draw breaker. Yeah, but we're already at 46 cards. It's not bad with Anakom, but I think it's lower value than a lot of the other cards in the deck. I honestly don't like Stoneship. Okay, we'll play 1. Is it a deck? Let's send it. Aviatrix. I sleep in the boat with all my wives. It was the funniest meme. Sleep in a race car. I sleep in a big boat with all my wives. It's so funny. Oh man. Stoneship is above average in this deck list. I need to be convinced of that. Let's say that every time we draw the rigging up, we'll pretend it's a Stoneship and we'll see how we feel. Stoneship solve all problems. Stoneship doesn't feel like it solves problems. I don't know. Captain Padma. Stoneship is way better than you think. Just a diesel once you have a Nuka. That gives you the option to suddenly have 3 on a meal and the corp has to play around it. It's cool that we can crack it on their turn. I think that's true. Second J Chino has entered the runner square is my favorite submission. Okay, okay. How do we get Stoneship in here? In all the Nuka slots? No, we need card draw. There's a lot of card draw. This is like infinite Nuka. We can't cut Nuka. What's your plan with Amelia? Be annoying. Please no follow-up questions. Just like it be 10 credits is a big number. That's our plan. 10 credits is a big number. I don't have a good answer for you. You have to install it, then you have to click Nuka. Charging Nuka with Stoneship isn't advantageous. No, I don't want to charge Nuka with Stoneship. I'm charging Nuka with Padma. And then just clicking the 3 credit diesel button. I don't want to play 46 though. I think we can cut a prepaid. Nah, probably not. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, all these cost 1 credit besides diesel. 2 and 2. Okay. Yeah, F it. Let's see if that makes sense. I don't like Stone Chip, but I'm totally excited to be wrong about that because it's a cool card. Let's go. Cut one prepaid. I think we could cut 1 prepaid. Let's go, Prav. Maybe the deck list of the week that we just complained about, and we're gonna get bodied by it. Okay, this is why you play 3 Onicom, because this is worth a lot of points in Blatcho. Thanks, you too. So we can do Onicom, Dirty Laundry. If they get Pravdivost counter, they get Pravdivost counter. I think 3 of Kinds are actually kind of playable. We have nothing to charge, but you see how quickly Shane, like this is Court Padma. This Shaheen Mull. Shaheen Cap, damn. Okay. It looks like the same deck. Okay, Ice R&D, good respect, good respect. Seeing a lot of 2x prepaid seems elegant. It's okay. It's definitely not bad. Touch of Bologna. Oh, Subliminal. Nice. Okay. Pretty Mary's here. Imagine this court. Like, this is the sort of deck where losing 10 credits. Like, this is the problem. I never want to run R&D because as soon as his ice is rezzed, I'm upset. Discard the cast and hope to draw another Dirty Laundry for the full house. Okay, so now we just have to draw the damn bird. Step 1, draw the damn bird. 2x Amelia, 3x Onicom in a bird full house. A single best hand in Netrunner. It's incredibly powerful. Okay, we're cooked now. Did you see the Blatcho patch? I've been following a bit of like Blatcho YouTubers, so I have an idea what's in the patch. Like I know they buffed some of the different ranks and they've changed jokers. I don't think I've seen anything that's like, whoa, it was just like, oh yeah, that makes sense. Bird of a kind. Venus build. I don't know the names of the, like, if someone told me Saturn, I think that's a straight. All right. Draw 4. That's fine. We can discard 2 cards. Sick. The issue is, where's our bird at? First gold stake win tonight. Yo, well done. I think I'm only on like the 4th stake. You can make 3 of a kind of playable. May as well work for Flesh 5. Okay, we don't have a breaker and we need a breaker immediately. We're gonna find a Spark of Inspiration. Oh, the bird's here. Okay, the bird's here. So we don't run. This is gonna go over. They're gonna do the thing where, because we're not a run base, we're a deck that can't run, we're gonna lose to Fly on the Wall to self-growth program. It's that simple. So here we put the Amelia Earhart. We run R&D. Is Matryoshka the only possible Flush 5 right now? Yes. Yes. Yeah, the only Flush 5 is Matryoshka. It's very powerful though. 2 pairs of Uranus, because that's what a pair of pants covers. Boo. Boo that man. All right, let's just pressure both servers. It's free. Why not? It charges nothing. Well, Nuka. Okay. Logjam. Sick. Fire. Should we spend the influence on NFL? Honestly, fine. But now they will have no money. So we have countered their strategy of firing the Holloman. That's some good Blatcho lore. What are you gonna do? Afford Holloman? With what credits? How do we get card draw? Nuka. Spark. Okay. 50-50. Most important 50-50, because this is an agenda that we needed. So Lobasomi 1 time. Wait, how do we break log jams? We're gonna run out of damn counters. Bah. Oh. Bah. Bah. Honestly, we're just kind of built different. That's sick. We got Beatrice to not deal with a logjam. We have too many cards in hand. I'm just going to steal that. This costs what? 2? So run server 2, clear tag maybe? Go trick shot now? No, he bounced on a logjam. It's kind of nonsense. Fly on the wall? Yep. Good thing they didn't have money. We would have lost the game. We have to discard cards here. This hand is too good to discard though. Farm Magnet? Yeah. Well, we can now just charge the Lobasomu. You can break Logjam with Lobi? Oh, you son of a... Yeah, you're actually very, very correct about how we did that very poorly. What does this cost to break? Oh, man. Oh, man. Okay, but you know how good next turn is going to be? What do we discard here? Every card slaps. Oh my god, we're about to send Saint Shaheen into the Shadow World. Wait, this is incredible. Dump cast? I think so. Oh, I forgot this is a fractor too. The deck only has 2 sentries that we break for 2 credits apiece. Yeah, we could get rid of legwork. Well, we did. But now we like pretty trick shot. It's doing its thing. Oh, we got oppo. That's fine. That's barely an inconvenience. Oh, I'm just going to do everything. So we can charge, not Amelia. I think we'll charge the Nanuka is fine. Mary twinning trick shots. Oh, we could have done the twinning. I don't think we need to. I think we just need to check this and clear 2 tags. Match strength. Break. This is absurd. 20 for the counters, it's too slow. Like, we don't need to do it now, and we need to deal with the oppo tags. So we'll do it eventually. It's just not a rush. You might need a lot of barrier breaks. Yeah, the Lobisomia will get taxed out eventually. Trick shot first. Yes. Card from deck. Logjam. That's not good. Card from deck. Cohort. We don't need a trash cards. Card from deck. Self-growth program. A Holloman. That's an important. Now we run this for free. We charged Amelia Earhart. We're just never going to run HQ so we can get down Beatrice. And we're going to be really annoying about it. Oh, our trick shot credits, we used them. Oh, it's a spin doctor. Okay. Second spin doctor out. So they drew into Logjam. They have an SGP. They don't have public trail. Yeah, like if we had twinning here, we'd have a problem. Our economy would not be fluent. So that's a logjam. That's fine, because we don't care. Okay, we slightly care. But do we? Wait, how do we not? Wait, how do we do crimes here? In before oppo again? No, the deck is 2 oppos. So we trick shot, they just get Amelia Earharted, right? Like it's that simple. It's only start a turn though, which is frustrating. So we just trick shot here. Yeah, we just do it again. What the hell is this deck? Did we actually build something good? Choose an installed card. Oh no, that actually might be greedy. That might be greedy. But this is what I mean when like the meta, you can just like send it over and over again. Keep your counters up. On Lobisome, we should, because if we farm the Magda, we're going to run out of counters. We probably should just farm the Lobisome. This might be a bit greedy, but I want to put them on no credits, because this has to be an agenda. They can res the Logjam here. Trick shot first. Can't steal. Spin. That's the last spin. That's fine. Subliminal. If remote is barrier, you're in trouble. You're not wrong. So we have to bounce this. Oh no, because yeah, we have to never empty this. So we just let this fire. They're on 2 credits. So what can they do? Credit score? That's fine. So we've played, we want to draw a creative commission or something here. So we can Nuka. Stone chips are useless. Break into code gate? Yeah, we could have broken that into that. Actually, that was wrong. Wait, we can just overclock this now, I guess. This has to be an agenda. You could break the logjam. It gives you counterback. Yeah, I totally forgot. No, it doesn't. Breaking the Magda gives the counterback. Lowy places, not charges? Sure, but bouncing R&D doesn't work anymore. So what can they do here? You'd 0 out if you push the remote server. Yeah, now we can kind of do it. So we just keep them into the bottom for like forever. Like, I don't think they can score out. Does he have a subliminal? He needs to score out, though. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. If Amelia gets self-growth program, and Lobisoma gets self-growth programmed. Things were going really well there for a minute, and then I misplayed really bad, and it cost us the whole damn game. It's called hubris. It's a one of in the deck. Like I meant to play around that. Admittedly, flying the wall does that too. But we should have at least broke the, oh man. Well, that's good. And now we're going to be outscaled by damn logjam. This is what the deck needs to do, but like 0 credits. All right. It's okay. No, we don't go next here. We Amelia, we Beatrice, we just send it. We just continue to send it. Oh, wait, this takes 2 clicks? What are they gonna do, self-growth program us? Haven't sent it, buddy. Yeah, that's the spirit. We're just gonna send it. We don't need breakers. How are you gonna get money? See all Bolognas? It's okay. They'll have Bolognas in hand. Let me in. I want to get in. Please let me in. Floating a tag. Do they have another self-growth program? I haven't been tracking. Why are you closed? The people want to shop? What happened? We're here. Okay, we're in. I think Saint Shaheen should probably trash the Beatrice. Time to get paper walled. Spin, we knew that. If we trash this, we can't get market forced. Subliminal off the top. Oh, that's a terrible. We played around that. I think Beatrice is gonna get trashed, and then we have to like Ashen. We're still cooked, but like we messed that up so bad. So Saint, yeah, play Subliminal, then credit trash Beatrice. What got logjam? The logjam. They got tree lined. Okay. Well, none of this can be res, right? Oh, the deck could have Rashida, I guess. Okay. So we probably need to consider cleaning a tag. We can overclock this. We can't overclock this. It's hilarious that Jaina puts Mary at the top of every trigger list because it always starts with quotation mark. It's always wrong. Yes, it's always wrong. Tell us why you're closed. Why are you closed? I want to be breaching in the HQ. You're closing your doors. Is that the guy from Toronto? I think yelling at the Eden Center. I'm pretty sure that's the Toronto guy. So we can get Beatrice charged up. One of these has to be Rashida. So we need a credit card to clear the tag. So we can't actually fire Beatrice this turn. So if Saint Shaheen gets... Yeah, it's a Toronto Eden Center guy, yeah. Yeah, let's see. It's Eaton with a T. Yeah. It's not said out loud a lot like that. Kind of like Eden College, right? Or that's Eden? I don't actually know how that works. We could overclock one of these. It draws us a card. It's free. Yeah, we might as well. Should have done that sooner in the turn. I'm pretty sure this is the one coster. Can't be rezzed, but we'll trash it. Oh, that's not what I thought would happen. What the hell is that about? The shopping center near where that's the Eden, so I assumed. Ah, very cool. So there's no ice on 3 cards that can be res. So we just have to pop Amelia this turn, which should be totally doable. He says in Stone Chip. Oh, we could have Stone Chipped immediately. Wait, how cursed is this? Oh, every run she just advances that slowly. Oh no, this is not good. Tree line, YDL, cohort. Okay. Credit. This seems like a play pattern we can have. What are you gonna do? Score out? You can never res ice because we're gonna do Amelia into Amelia. Stone ships are cracked here. This seems so poisonous, this holding pattern. Oops. Charge a card. Okay, whoever said that we should play Stone Ship is in fact the most correct. They're gonna score at a Bologna though, and then the game's gonna be messed up, but score SGP? That's fine. This sucks. Like this just feels like really bad error on every angle. YDL cohort. Can't afford to trash it. Second cohort, wild. Credit. Eventually we'll get down our lobby Somu. Still no score. 3 credits. None of the ice can be rezzed on 3 credits. There's only 1 3-credit ice in the whole deck. So we're still in the money. Good Beatrice include. Only seeing 1 new card a turn, but we are going to make Amelia ugly for functionally 1 more turn. I can't believe we're giving Pravdivost counters. Cohort, fine. Fine. Probably should see more cards there. Credit gamble. Coming for you, Lobby Somu. My kingdom for a Psych Mike. I don't know if Psych Mike only works on R&D runs or not. Maybe it does. Some of the cards have like very specific text. Do we actually want 3 Amelias in this matchup? This seems kind of horrific. Why do you have 3 credits? Wait, why did they have money? Your money's gone now, though. You can't own money. Wait, why did Saint start with 3 credits? Oh, because they just clicked for 3 credits. Okay, never mind. They've been accruing money, yeah, through the basic medium of income. This seems absolutely toxic. It's rebelling without rehearsal. If it's good, it's not good. Like, oh man. Oops, you lost 9 credits. Great. So now we know most of the hand. We can afford the cohorts. I think we charge the twinning. It doesn't exactly work. Tell you Stone Ship was a play. Oh, Stone Ship was incredible. Best card in the deck. I think he drew. Mesny. Crypto. Mesny. SGP. Planogram. Okay. Okay. We still have a whole turn. Planogram is a bit down. That's the one that gives you money and throws out cards. So were you reclaiming DJ Steve? Yeah, DJ Steve actually be okay. Can we run this? We're actually close to being able to run this. We should probably twinning Dirty Laundry HQ. Be able to double. I know, I can't believe it's once per turn, but also like, yeah, why isn't it not? So once Saint Sheen has credits, we just have to transition to getting a breaker down. So I think we can afford this. We know that nothing can be rezzed here. 9 credit logjam, actually, like, yeah, we should have to only run HQ. No additional cards. We know every card in hand, I think. Oh, another Spark is nice. Beatrice, twinning. Pretty. SGP, Planogram, Rashida, Oppo. Okay, shit. Imagine there's an agenda remote server, would have been advanced. Yeah, it's a cohort. We knew that. So now we're going to go down 2 cards. Hear me out, Praxis. Don't love it. Okay, Saint Sheen's on 8 credits. So probably a Mesnachesso there. So we have to install the Lobi Somu, which is very expensive. That being said, we have locked the next... How many cards did we see? We saw 4. So we locked a couple cards from the deck. So we just need to get economy here to set up. Shit, we drew the whale. That's okay. That functionally doesn't matter. Outer HQ looks like it could be a tree line. I think Saint would have advanced it more than once. Why do we draw the whale? Ashen into Spark into Lobio? Wait, what do you mean? It's free. What are you talking about? I think we do Ashen here. Prepaid them play Ashen. Yeah, I want to do it. It's just goofy. We've functionally removed no necessary cards. Back on track. Still in there. They still have to score a 2-pointer though. So like they just broke R&D lock. Money's back in. That's a Spin Doctor. Oh, one of these is a Hollow Man. That's a problem. Actually, we could just lose here. We probably do just lose here. We drew Orc again. Yeah, that's fine. We don't need it. It doesn't do anything. Okay, so we just have to get a Bologna this turn. So there is no line that makes us win here. Yeah, the sentries we don't care about. They don't do anything in this match. Up. Okay, so we need to keep the money down. Assuming this is the card we lose to, more like Dorka, we need some amount of money. How much money? I don't know. Gamble to draw Spark is probably the start, but even if we do that, we don't have enough money to charge our remote server. So I'm not snap hitting it, because even if we gamble into Spark, we're probably cooked unless, yeah, we're probably cooked. Like there's a chance that forcing the reses on HQ with Beatrice makes a bit more sense. Didn't they draw an SGP? Don't want to leave them with a fly. We're going to run it if we can run it. Gamble, Spark, Legwork. We know most of the card draws. The Legwork's useless. There's no better way to draw the gamble. No, that's true. But can we just win with this hand? If we just send Beatrice, they res a Mesny or a tree line. If it's a Mesny, he's on 4. 4 is enough to be a problem for us. He advanced that. I think this is a cohort. We know this is a cohort. So it could be a Bologna. If this is a Bologna, we either have to run the... This is like the forks the deck makes, is if you're behind, you can't res the cohort because they advance this, but if you don't res the cohort, they advance this. Imagine picking to cycle away your breaker and risk removing from the game? Yeah, but come on. What else are we going to do? Install it? Okay, that's not good for us. Okay. So if we draw once, we have to 1 in 26 draw our breaker. If we install the breaker, we can't win. Because we draw, we install, we're on 1 credit. So we have no way of running this. If only we had a second action to shuffle this hand. So we have no way of running the remote server. Because there is no draw that makes this possible. So better than 1 in 9 to draw the spark, though. I'm sorry? Smashing, I think we have to smash. I think we just smash HQ and hope that the reses are more expensive. Because we're pretty sure this is a useless entry. Seems like this deck wants 3 Ashens. I think it wants 3 Amelias. We only lost because Amelia got broken. And they played a 0 credit econ card, which is cheating. So I think the only play here is like, just send it. Run serve trash cohort and hope Sis 2 is Bologna. But if we run the cohort, they Pravdivost to Bologna. Like there's no running that makes sense. So the only play is Beatrice. Burner to force res, this forces equal res. The problem is like they can win on like 3 credits. Draw for spark, there's not enough clicks. If we draw for spark, we play spark, we still lose. We are out of clicks. Like now the best plays are on archives. That has the only chance of winning, but we're cooked. We did throw the game though. We could have had that. Still advance the Bologna. Yeah, just that. Imagine you had a Meladrisham, use it to run R&D. It's 4 influence. You gotta build your deck around a Meladrisham. Imagine we had any breaker. Oh shit. Okay, okay. Game's not over. What are you gonna do? Bouncer twinning? We're gonna market force our economy? And self-growth program twinning? It's okay with Beatrice. We had Beatrice. Okay, game's still on. Hold on. Buckle up. We have 3 prepaids and no paids to pre. Do we burner just to draw a card? Wait, no, I said that out loud. It doesn't make any sense. We're back in. Oh, we're back in. Oh, we're so back in. Oh my God, we're so back in. We're still gaming. We're still gaming. This is 100%. I thought this would even be a 50-50. This is the best possible draw on the deck. You would have drawn it? Yeah, but we didn't have clicks. We didn't have clicks. We didn't install. Oh my God, we wouldn't have been on 1 credit. Why do you think we'd be on 1 credit? Could we have done it? Why did I think it would cost us 9? Wait, something was wrong. Something was wrong. Draw, spark the remote? No, no. Here we just clear tag. Here we'd be cool. Why would we want to run the remote? Draw, spark, run the remote was correct. It doesn't win us the game. But yeah, it was... No, I don't fear the comments. It was wrong. We have to remove the tag? How many SGPs are out? There's 1 more floating somewhere. I have done very little tracking because we saw way too many cards in hand. Yeah, I think we just chill. I think we chill. We chill. Burner and legwork are useless. Daily cast is too slow. We just need to keep money up because we're probably going to spark it. I think we can show the spark here. We might as well because it's free and it draws us a card. I would say yes. I say we can do that. They will get frustrated. Could be like, oh, it's a 50-50. No, perfect information. Credit. We just need top deck a trick shot or an overclock. We are Padma 2. We could give them 2 credits. We didn't run that. I don't think that's going to be a problem for us. So we'll keep a legwork, daily casts. We don't need burner. Tilt the 5-second damn good in chat. This has been the most roller coaster of a game. We still have 1 bird in the deck. Toss, leg, and cast, yeah. Imagine we got a bird down. And then somehow we saw 3. Please don't put cards in servers. I wish we had a run event. Okay, they advanced that. Looks like a mess in Chesso. So what does this cost to break? 1 boost. It's expensive. It's expensive. This is 2. We need to run it. Because that's what cohort does to you. If you're behind, this deck does well. If you're ahead, this deck does nothing. Draw once. Best draw. Besides overclock, which we'll draw right here. Okay, doctor. So we have to run it. Let's talk about the usual suspects in the remote server. Still 2 Rashidas unaccounted for. End of list. They can't score this turn with that cohort. Yeah, but if you run, you give them the score ability, right? So the best thing we can do is run server 4, and if they advance this, then we run it. That's the play. I think that's actually very cool that that's the play. We run server 4, and if they advance this card, then you go for it. It's probably the last spin, yeah. If they advance it, if they don't advance it, we don't... Well, we still have to run in theory, because it could be the last fly on the wall. Okay. I'm saying if they played the mind game that they didn't advance it, even though it's the last agenda, that actually is the play that you were meant to make. Look, if they have it, they have it. I don't think it's the last fly on the wall. Yeah, that makes way more sense. But like not advancing there is correct. I wish we had another event in hand. Or I wish we just had an Amelia. Like an Amelia just hard resets the game. It'll take us a couple turns, but you know what I mean? So now we don't have to run unless they get advancement on it. We don't have to budge until there's a Holloman potential on the table. Yes, we don't have to run it. No, we can. We can still lose the fly on the wall. Did the last spin hit the bin? Yes. Yes, it can be spin. It'd have to be Rashida. That's the only other thing it could be, besides a Holloman. And even with a Holloman, we could lose the fly on the wall from hand. Yeah, there's 3 fly. 3 fly, 3 crypto. Ugh. Okay. That seems bad. Now, if we don't run, we only lose the fly on the wall, but they only have 10 cards. So what does this cost to break? We think it's a mess in Chesvo, so we lose 3. We're down to 6. This turns out to be expensive. We're pretty sure this is what's it called? The 5, the draw run R&D for charging Lobu. I don't think we need to charge Lobu. What does this cost to break? I think we do nothing. Like we lose to fly on the wall, but that's it. Sick. Okay, we should have got daily cast down a while ago. So Amelia Earhart is like more teeth than anything else. We still need to access 3 cards, which is tricky. Stone Chip is like, okay. It can charge the Lobosomio, that's fine. If we dirty laundry, we are not allowed to do a last click, because then if they advance that, we lose the game. So you're never going to trigger Amelia at this point. With that attitude, you're right, we're not. But with my attitude, we're probably not. That being said, we only have to get 1 counter on it. We just have to top deck a Stone Chip. So maybe. Honestly, maybe. I don't think it's a 0 chance. If we dirty laundry next turn R&D, the problem is like, yeah. It's better to click for a credit. I'm going to hold on to it because I believe. We lose the fly on the wall. I don't think it's fly on the wall. Planogram for 3. Ice. We still don't have to do anything. They don't have a lot of money. So the question is, if we dirty laundry and they advance this, can we run that? You can also do Beatrix for Amelia counter, bounce R&D, have Stone Chip threat next turn. Yes. Yeah. I think here we have to. We probably should have done it if we do. The problem is like, it is actually quite expensive because we can't break 2 barriers. So thinking the deck has 1 more logjam somewhere. We're pretty sure this is a sentry that's just going to fire. It is what it is. So you don't have enough lobby counters. We have a Stone Chip. We have enough lobby counters. This is a mess in Chesvo. The problem is we don't have enough money. Yeah, we can break 2 barriers, no problem. I think we dirty laundry archives, and if they advance this, we run it. I think it's that simple. First and third, important. Prime. There are 2 logjams showing. Yeah, but the deck has 2 wall-to-wall, 2 tree lines. If you run 2 tree lines bad, we just charge it. We just charge the Lobosomio. Like, advance this card. They didn't. And now we have an overclock. What does that mean? Could we install twinning? Should we just believe in ourselves? Should we just do Amelia send it? The problem is like they're not, if there is a mess in Chesvo, that's good for us. But if we install Amelia, I think this is I think they're waiting and they're going to score from hand when they draw a fly on the wall. I think this is the upgrade. Holloman. We got there. I think this is a Holloman. I think we just legwork. Yes. I think they have Bolognas in hand because the Bolognas can't go anywhere. So it probably makes sense that we can Amelia legwork. Can't charge twinnings this turn because you already used the prepaids. No, I don't want to play the twinning. I want to do Amelia legwork. Then we can run R&D. And then we can stone chip. Let's see how bad this is. Message us, so that's what we thought. So we're going to lose 3. Okay, we're at 10. So we got to do the math here. Tree line got charged. So they advanced this, so HQ seems to matter. We know this is a 4-cost sentry. 4 to res sentry, 2 strength. So Mess and Chesso, we break it for 4. That puts us on 6. This we break for 5. Can't steal Bologna. That's going to be a problem for us. Can't steal Bologna is going to be a problem. We probably win off of a trick shot, though, when we draw it. Mess for 3? Oh, it's 3. Okay, that puts us on 7. This is 4, 5. Yeah. We still do it. They might have a Crypto Crash in hand. 2 damage incoming for Revenant, that's totally fine. 3 for 3? No, really? Oh, it's 1 for 2 strength, you're right. Oh, wow, okay. We're 1 credit short of Bologna. We should have probably done some math here. We're 1 credit short of Bologna, are you kidding me? Who does that? Who did this math that poorly? We knew what these are. Go ahead and res for 4 credits. Like, we don't care if they res a Satyevna here. Oh, we're actually slightly, we'll have a tag. We kind of care. But only sort of. Satyevna, Oppo, Holloman. Okay. So the thing that's good is they don't have money. So now we just remove the tag. Next turn, we can bounce R&D. And then we just have to make one really good... I can't believe we kept the overclock. Yeah, nice keep. I know. Subliminal, hate it. We're going to do click for credits. Take clicks. So we just want to run R&D. This could be an agenda, but I don't think it is. Draw. We don't have to run R&D anymore. R&D charge bird? No, we don't have to anymore. Well, actually, it's not that bad. I think we do charge at bird. It's cheaper. Like, they have to res this, and if they res this, it feels pretty bad for them. If they res a Mess and Chesso, yeah, I think you're fine. We can just charge the bird. But actually, no, that's bad, because if they res this, no, this is wrong. This is wrong. Because now it's resed. And it being resed is bad, because that's how we win. So, not good. At least we can let that fire. Yeah, well, we shouldn't have ran R&D. We should have just stone ship. Why aren't we clicking to draw with Nuka? Because I forgot about it. The bad reason. Not the good reason. It's because we got too many cards down here. All right. So now we want to like Stone Age them, but only like eventually. Like, is Amelia fun to play around when you sit there and they have a deny 10 credit button? Okay, that's a Holloman. So they have 2 Hollomans on the table. They have 7 cards in R&D. We have to make 1 run. Ideally, we draw a trick shot, right? So I think we can use this stone chip just to draw 2. We just need to find a trick shot. 1 credit, we're not worried about anything. They advance the Mess of Chesso. So what does this cost to break? It's 1 for 2 strength. So we need to hit 9 strength. So we hit 4, 6, 8, 9, 4. So it's 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. It's 13 credits. So it's like totally doable. But we have to get in with enough money to deal with blown a remote server. Maybe, but I think they had a window to push it by now. Like, our economy's not brilliant. Oh, that's annoying. I think we actually do creative. It's the best use. Oh no, but we have to install stone chip. So we do stone chip, credit creative. Bummer. I wish you drew a gamble. Throwing out a spark for some reason. We're gonna get the same weird holding pattern where like Pravdivost and Subliminal. Like Subliminal, you wasted a click? Did I actually? Did you spend an extra click on the CC? No, I didn't, did I? No. Oh, I did. Hey, I lost a credit click to CC to create a commission. Hey, Grower. Do you mind if you could have stone ship double creatived? You could have stone ship. I did, yeah. Could have stone ship double creatived. Yeah, we could have double creative. I thought stone ship was a click. I just did it wrong. Yeah, so we could have done the thing we should have done. Okay, take clicks. The game's gonna be a lot longer because Amelia's kind of built like that. So I think we do Nuka, use Nuka, draw Gamble. Okay, overclock. We're still looking for a trick shot. We have 2 and 6. So then we'll install Cast Creative. The game is definitely gonna be long enough. That'll draw a trick shot. It doesn't draw us a Diesel. Diesel was better than Nuka, right? Turn 22. Yeah, but it's Amelia. Like, we've robbed 20 credits from the corporation. Of course there's going to be this many turns. The issue is, like, we're going to miscount and they're suddenly going to have enough money. Advance Alliance against Amelia Earhart. Corp might deck out. Yeah, they actually have to do something. In theory, we could run archives and see if they advance server 2. But it's like, it's advanceable ice versus Amelia Earhart. It's like the worst of the worst. So this draws the whole deck. Do you think we just win? Do you think we just win if we send it R&D with when we draw a trick shot off the Diesel? Do you think we win? Draws all but 1? Yeah. Okay, we barely did it. The last card's also a trick shot. So we can always dirty laundry archive, see what happens. If they advance server 2, we pivot to server 2. Or Beatriz. This seems like it's more expensive because the Tsarevna we can't. We have no way to break. Okay. They're holding the Oppo. They're on 1 credit. Did you throw out the 20 at some point? Yeah, we lost it to Tsarevna, but yeah, we did throw it out. It's fine. So let's talk about that. Math. This costs, God, Amelia. This costs 6 to break. This costs less. I think we just trick shot it. If this doesn't win, we have nothing to do. Keep the siege up. I don't think we have to. Choose an installed card to charge. Is Amelia optional? Okay, let's charge the Lobotomy. That's way more responsible. No money, no score. Exactly. No money, no score. No money, no score. Remind you, you can't lose trick shot credits to Mess and Chesso. Functionally, it doesn't matter. Oh, it's just a 9 strength logjam. We'll break it for 7. Before I had a faction too big to fail. No. All right, we can steal 2 Bolognas. So that's a good thing we got. Trick shot first. We're not going to trash that because they can draw that all they want. What? Is this on 3 oppos? They have 1 in hand, right? Is this one on 3 oppos? This deck is slightly different. Oh, thank God. I genuinely do feel bad for playing Amelia. It is, thanks for the game, absolutely toxic. Oh my God, is Amelia toxic? Now this deck has like a struggling economy and we did get blown out. Like we made 1 bad misplay, it cost us. We made another misplay, it cost us. Like let's not pretend we played it perfectly, but like that's miserable. That is so miserable to play against when they say like, what do you want to push? I have a -10 credit button. I can fire whenever I want. Oh man. Oh man. You can't feel bad for playing Amelia when they played self-growth program on a 3 counter Amelia. Yeah, we did lose the whole Amelia. At least we got to replay it. I think no free lunch like is worth slotting. In this deck we can easily play no free lunch. No big deal. I think that's the only card that does that role right now in standard. Fun to watch though. It was like cool. Like the weird prison lock kind of worked. But like it's not that hard to charge this that quickly. If we never ran the logjam, right? I do think we messed up. When we ran R&D, we allowed them to res the logjam. If our play was to ignore Padma's ability until we got enough pressure off HQ and then slammed R&D when they didn't have anything, that's when like Amelia changed into Amelia, changed into Amelia. Now, I think that's kind of mythical, right? Like it's hard to build a board state where you don't run R&D, right? But they ice up R&D heavily. We allowed them to res it. And I think if we played our cards, we could have got them to a situation where they were never able to res this logjam and then we run R&D for free. So it's on us a bit. That being said, it butts heads with trick shot, which we want to play trick shot. Do we play Ashen and run through our entire deck? Yeah, twice. Oh no, the first Ashen we played with like 15 cards left because we just like drew our Orca and we had our Lobotomy in hand and we were like, F it, reset. And it worked out. We didn't get punished, which like I think the odds of getting punished there are probably not worth taking. We were just so far behind. Early on, there was a bunch of lobby usage inefficiency as well. There was a whole deck twice. Yeah, we did not play that elegantly. You list Lobby to Ashen to not lose. It was not trivial win. No, we made some absurd plays, but we constantly made absurd plays. Like, at least that's funny. But yeah, we did get punished, so we'll take it. Man. It's always say never punish when you play Ashen. Yeah, and you spark and your opponent doesn't know you're holding the Orca and you get the breaker you need. Like, what's going on? All right. That's it for tonight. Thanks so much for hanging out. Sorry if this one was a bit pessimistic. It comes and goes, that's for sure. I have a 419 deck that's coming up soon. I had a lot of fun playing it, as much as like I think people don't like playing into 419, so we'll get there. Thanks to so many folks who help support the channel so we can do the stuff that we do. Streaming takes a lot of time, editing takes a lot of time, recording takes a lot of time. I'm trying to get a video out for Saturday. I'm popping out tomorrow night to go to Toronto to go see a concert, so I have a bit less time than I thought I would, but I think we can get it done. I think we have enough time tomorrow afternoon. Hey Cat, just in time. Cat's name is in these credits. Hope you're well. I'm doing well, thank you. Hopefully you're doing well, huh? Huge shout out to all these names here, and of course daily cast patrons as well. We have a couple new patrons. I believe a name is coming up. It's O. Oh, we're coming to O. No, we passed it. Wait, did I mess it up? Samo, how's it going, Samo? So fun. Thanks for streaming, JM. Thanks for hanging out. If you want to get involved, the link is always in the description. If you just want to like the stream, that actually helps a heck of a lot. Or leave a comment, subscribe to the channel. That sort of stuff helps. I need to respond to comments. I read all the comments. I'm going to be responding. I usually do them in batch. But I really definitely appreciate the support. I'd love to see this sort of deck also be able to play Panweave, but I don't think Crim can play like this, or Shaper can play Panweave. I think Crim can play like this. It's just harder for Crim to like capitalize on R&D being open the same way we can. Maybe actually Mercury can. Maybe there's a chance. But the thing is, Panweave is 4 influence. That's really hard. It's 4 damn influence. That's very, very difficult to play it. Thanks for saying, hey, Brewdorf, thanks for dropping in, eh? I think that's all. Again, if you want to go get your upcoming kits, what are they called? Circuit opener kits. They're up to May 17th if you want to grab one. They look really, really pretty. If you want to organize an event, maybe it could be the first ever event you've organized. I highly recommend it. And if you need any support organizing an event, you can always ask questions here in the comments, but also very specifically, if you're on Discord, there's a Netrunner tournament organizer Discord channel that I believe NSG has set up. That is absolutely fantastic. And if you're looking for any support and every encouragement to go and set up an event to get people coming to play locally and be excited about the game, honestly, you need no excuses. It's kind of the best. People come out and play. Hopefully in your area there's some folks that'll come out, so can't recommend it enough. Organized play is sick, whether it's for competitive or just to hang out with your friends, so do check that out. We'll have an update relatively soon. I'm meeting with the people at hopefully Silver Goblin next week to talk about upcoming NPC dates to get those locked in, so I'll let you know as soon as I know. It's a bit late. I wish I knew sooner, but it'll be in like early September, late August probably, so we still have some time to plan around that. That's all. Thanks again for hanging out. Take care, y'all.